This week on Face Off Hockey Show, yeah, no, this it's the summer. It's the summers. We'll talk about what the hell's happening in Arizona. We'll talk about what the hell happening with Erik Karlsson. We'll figure out what the hell's happening with the Jacob Trouba situation. Apparently, Winnipeg's going to show him the door, and much less. It's Face Off Hockey Show right now.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show. What? With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
Breakaway.
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe in miracles? Yes!
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
Let's see how much glitches we can have this week in this summer episode of the Face Off Hockey Show. Hi, I'm Scotty Waz, joined as always by the man on the one and the twos, Johnny P.
Yes.
So we'll see if we see everybody today.
So far, so good.
Well, there we go. That's all we needed.
It's flipping back and forth. It's a little slow. It seems a little slow on the flip.
You know, it often is. I mean, it is a outdated technology, though. You have had one for years for changing your flip.
That's true. I still have some upstairs.
Interesting.
Probably two, at least. Yeah.
So our rundown consists of three bullet points, the Patreon pick, and then Lyle's segment. We are definitely the summer months right now. Boy, howdy.
Yeah. But Maryland has decided to go back to late spring. Again, it's like 84 degrees right now.
That's nice.
It's good right now. That's good. I think there are chances of thunderstorms every day next week, though. So, your normal Maryland weather.
Normal late July fare.
Yeah. Why not?
It's really happening.
Yeah. So, my week, I got some painting done.
Hey, nice.
The shutters are painted.
A
nice light blue color. Tom painted them. I paid him to do it, but Tom painted them.
Right.
And then some other parts of the house are being painted. Some other things and a fence and the door and other crap. Yeah.
Now here's an interesting question I have for you. Did you have to get your shutter color approved by the homeowners association?
Well, they told me that I had to paint it. And
Okay.
I told them I liked the color that was already there, which was faded blue. It looked fantastic. It was amazing. Looks great. Went with the house. It was like a light blue whitish color.
Right.
So they were like, you need to paint this. And I told them to go pound sand. But they didn't like that very much.
No, they often don't.
So I got the shutters painted a light blue color just to piss them off.
Nice. As you should.
I mean, it's not much different than the color it was before. I'll be honest.
No.
I came home and barely noticed. If somebody would have told me, I would have been like, oh yeah, they are painted. Check that out.
How about that?
So got that going on. HOAs are. Speaking of outdated technology, an HOA has to be outdated technology at this point, right?
Yeah, no, they absolutely are. All that is just a traditional thing, and then people think that their community has to have it. Like every house has to be the same kind of gimmick.
I don't even care. I'm sorry, but can I live in my house? Yes. Good. Is it higher than 60 degrees in the winter? Sometimes. Good.
Yeah. The funny thing about it is like I'm at the point now where buying a house seems like more hassle than actually buying it. Like the upkeep of the house due to the homeowners association seems like a goddamn hassle. And that's in Glen Burnie, where it's kind of almost don't give a damn kind of area. Whereas
I would tell people not to have homeowners associations.
Well, that's
like, I would almost, if I had the chance, if there was like some kind of cool thing that I fell into that like I could buy a house on the cheap, I would sell my house, drop everything that I just got to sell my house into another house that didn't have a homeowners association. And I'd put a big sign with middle fingers in my yard on the way out.
That'd be great.
The guy here is a dick.
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe you can find some cool homeowners associations where you're just kind of like paying them to like upkeep the parking lots and the park that the kids play in and all that jazz. But all the other crap that you have to deal with is dumb.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. Actually, really stupid. What am I talking about? Kind of stupid.
Yep. Boy. So
what happened with your week, buddy?
I went to the city. We raised some money for Soccer Without Borders.
Nice.
In Fells Point. We went to watch the World Cup final on Sunday. I got to see Kirby's and Kaler's and deaths. Actually, it was only one death. The other death had to work. I think there were kids running around bases or something like that, so she had to be there. But yeah, but Matthew, he had a little bit of a meniscus issue, and he's on crutches, walking around Fells Point. Yeah.
Well, hobbling around Fells Point.
Yeah. Well, crutching around Fells Point.
Gotcha.
So yeah. So he's had a bad run of things. I'm not sure if it was the figure 4, the same way that Mark destroyed his knee. But
that'd be a hell of a delay. Like
from that figure 4, you mean?
Yeah,
that would be awesome. Actually,
that'd be
if
fantastic.
we could trace it all the way back to that.
Oh, that'd be great.
We'd have to check it out. It might be the same knee. It was his right knee, so that would be the one you put into the figure 4, right?
No, you work the left side, brother. The left leg would be the one that was in that over and over. The right one would be the straight one.
All right.
So you grab it and you twist around the left and you bring it back, and then you put the left one over the right. Though it could be the right because the right's got the little stressor on that. Figure 4.
Are you looking up the figure 4 now?
Figure 4 diagram.
There's got to be a T-shirt for this, right?
Oh, I'm sure there has to be. This is not at all what I wanted.
That's probably porn. I wouldn't put that on.
I don't know. All right. So this one I will put on. It's not porn. Well, it's guys in spandex. So, do for what you were.
Depends on what you're into.
Exactly. And if you are, God bless, you can play too. So here is the figure 4 in all its glory. As you see, video game Ric Flair putting on video game Macho Man Randy Savage.
Well, so he's got his right leg in.
The right leg is the stiff one here.
So he's got his right leg in the middle of it. Is what it means. So if you get that stuck, you could wrench that.
Yeah, and here's the point where it's on the ground, and then they put their left leg over your left leg, and then I could see it because the right leg is kind of straight, and then just taking the brunt of it.
Yeah. Maybe it was. I'm gonna have to ask him.
God, if that was 8 years or 10 years, if that was a decade-old thing and he finally gets it fixed now, that'd be tremendous.
Well, no, I mean he did it playing soccer. You could hear it kind of like wiggle like playing soccer recently. But I feel like the figure 4 is what started it.
It always does.
I'll have to ask him.
It always does.
I'll ask Sportback. This week might be interesting. I might be getting a new car on Friday.
Hey.
Depending upon how sales typey these people get. I've already negotiated price and all this stuff, except for trading my car in. I already know what the finance is going to be. if they just start like being like, well, you have to pay this fee and this fee and this fee, I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
like whatever.
stand up and walk out of the office. Don't even
And
give
then
them
bring
a goodbye.
stand back. I'll bring
Oh,
stand back. I'll be in a brand new car in no time.
Not only are
They'll
you
be
in a
paying me to leave it.
I was gonna
to
say,
take it
not
with
only
me.
are you a brand new car, you've got the extended warranty until 2027, and free oil changes for life. So,
Well, it's actually interesting. So the place that I went to, I was like, so what do I get like from the dealership? And they're like, we give you your first oil change and then like this, that, and the other crap, and like a tote bag and a coffee mug. And I just wrote back, ha, I don't even drink coffee. So they're actually making it super easy. So if they make it like really, really easy for me to complete this deal and actually buy the car that I'm trying to buy on Friday, then I will never, ever be back at that dealership.
right?
Like they're making it super easy for me to not ever show back up there again, which is actually my ultimate goal in
Right.
buying a car is to never actually go back to the place that you bought the car.
No, well, I mean, the thing is that with turnaround being as it is, you could go there and turn. Same people would not be there at all.
Well, in like 10 years, when I need a new car there again, the same people won't be there when I need
Yeah.
a new car.
That's true.
But for me, so the oil change for life thing is just like another scam to like bring you back to the dealership and have you like have them look at your car and be like, oh, you need this thing done to your car. And since it's already here, I mean, we can do it. It's $500 when it's like $200 everywhere else.
Right.
So maybe I'm not going into this with the greatest of mindsets, but I don't trust anybody at car
You
dealerships.
really, honestly, what you really should have talked to Stan before. Much like Mark in marriage, you should have talked to Stan about car dealing. Because
I feel like they give Stan a good deal because Stan like talks to them for a really long time, and they're like, "No, really, sir, we need to do other stuff." He's like,
please.
"No, did I tell you this story about? It was 1974,
Listen,
right? And we're
I was
out.
just
We're
getting back
down in
from
Laurel.
like it's funny because like the car the journey that I have, 2012.
The journey that you have that's 2012 that has 21,000 miles on it.
Now 23,000 miles because I decided to drive a lot. I put more on this car this year, probably in the last 2 years combined.
Oh wow, amazing, isn't it?
Here's the funny thing: I have the warranty until the end of the year. So he bought this in 2012, the nice little 6-year warranty. The
Nice.
like the fucking 100 miles.
So that's the actual. So he's like him and my dad. I think are related. First of all,
Right.
second of all, I mean we've had this conversation, but I have a feeling that like they're the only people in the world where the like 6 years or 60,000 mile thing had to come in because like everybody drives a decent amount, right? 60,000 miles is probably like 3.5 years for me.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less, or maybe a little more than that now that I'm driving less to work every day. But like, that there was one person at some point that had a car for like 20 years that had like 22,000 miles on it that was like, nope, still in warranty. It's still under 30,000 miles.
Yeah.
They're like, no. It's an antique at this point. Like, we don't even have parts to fix this car. It's still under warranty. And they're like, damn it. Now we have to put years on these things.
And it's just like, okay, now we have to rethink about all this. Right? Christ, man.
Ruined it for everyone.
Yeah. So, man, oh man, Shevitz.
So
But
yeah, so we'll see what that happens.
Nice.
I have the show tonight, happy hour tomorrow night, happy hour Friday night.
Where's the happy hours happening?
There's an Uncle Julio's now in Annapolis, so we're gonna go and check out Uncle Julio's. It's right near work. There was a fantastic accident right near the hospital today. I feel like somebody may have slammed on their brakes, and the person behind them wasn't paying attention and ended up in the bushes in front of Annapolis Mall.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. And those aren't like those are like full on shrubbery.
Yeah.
That car was square up in the bushes at Annapolis Mall.
Oh, that's great.
So that was fun to see. No one got hurt. So
But
yeah,
if-
so
you
we're
know
going
what?
around there.
If you could have an accident somewhere in front of the hospital, probably the greatest part to have that, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. I was one day I was eating a salad that I had bought at the hospital.
Ooh.
And I'm eating it, and people all of a sudden start looking at me, and they're like, something wrong? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Apparently, like, my entire face is getting red, and like 5 minutes later, my throat and my mouth are itching. Tongue, throat, mouth, everything. And I was like, I don't know what I just ate, but I'm allergic to something in what I ate. And I was like, but I'm at a hospital.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I've never stopped breathing from my allergies.
Yeah.
Only at night."
Yeah, and that's the best part. Is it's like, you know what? I can have a heart attack or a stroke if I'm working, and I'm right there. Like, it's just
A heart attack.
Put yeah, exactly. Who said heart attack? Me. Just put me in the elevator and send me upstairs, and then I'm good to go.
Yeah. So, lots of things going on. Lots of things. I'm very popular next week.
Nice.
I'll have more stories next week, I think.
Ooh, more stories with Jay Moore. No.
Yeah, he'll be on.
Oh, that'd be great if we
Trying to
had Jay
get
Moore.
as many people to come on the show this summer as I can. Jay Moore will be on.
Fucking why not for of course August 1st. It's funny, August 1st is haha fuck you-a-thon. Where we're just playing nothing but haha fuck you and other sort of games. Including
I did great.
What's this guy's rating?
Oh, nice. That's a good game. I like that game. I did good. I had some good ideas after the show last week. I was probably drunk,
Oh, perfect.
but I sent them to you.
That's right, you did. So
Yeah.
everyone's going to be participating. It's going to be a pretty good time, I believe, for all involved.
Everyone, we should get action. So I know that AJ's in. If AJ, if you're listening, like if you actually listen to the show instead of just watching it live all the time, I need you to email us because I don't know if I have your email.
Yeah. Email or DM one of us or DM the show, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, and then what else? So August 1st, we can get somebody from the 328 crew on, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we can get Better McClure.
Better McClure on. More funny McClure, I think is what I called him.
Yeah, more funny McClure.
There's McClure, but funny. Who else could we get on? That would find this funny. Like some people we could get on that don't find this funny.
Sean Leahy, would he find that funny?
Possibly. I mean, maybe we can get him on.
We can do a picture game with him and say which one's Brian Boyle.
Oh. Which one is not a Patanzo?
Everyone wears Patanzo mask, and you have to figure out which one's which.
By background.
And I mean ethnic background, not
right. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I think we could get like 5 people on, probably.
Well, we technically can only get 4 people on. Because
yeah, after our group.
Yeah. After our group, we can get 4 more, right? Because is it 8 or 9?
I have no idea. We've never been that high. I don't know.
No,
I'm gonna say 8.
Yeah,
because he's the greatest shortstop ever.
Of course. Well, yeah. Now, since the other one's going to freaking LA, so
we knew that was gonna happen.
I didn't know LA. I'm glad to the West Coast. Get him to the NL.
The beginning. Well, the beginning. I think we're going back to the days where you could get $5 Orioles tickets and sit in your own section.
Mm-hmm.
Or have we already been there for 2 years? I don't think I've been to an Oriole game in like 2 years.
I went in 2015, I think. It's against the Red Sox.
All right. Well, it's good you remember.
All right. And apparently the Manny Machado trade is being held up due to one of the prospects having a medical issue.
I saw that.
So
I think so. I have a feeling, right? Like you go into the Orioles training facility, and you walk past like one singular can of Old Bay. And if you don't look at the Old Bay and you're like, oh, that's Old Bay, that's like an issue. Like that is what comes up on your like training or your like medical as like having issues. It's like, yeah, the kid never seen Old Bay in his life. He can't play baseball here.
Okay. Now flex your right arm. Okay, that's good. Flex your left arm. All right, knees to chest. Okay, that's great. Now repeat out after me. Danny Ocean with Natty Booze, hon. Nope. You can't. No, Downey Ocean with Natty Booze. Brady, he can't say it. Brady, we can't do this deal. Brady. We all know Brady Anderson's the GM de facto right now, so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Dan Duquette checked out a while ago.
Oh, yeah. Dan Duquette's still wishing he went to Toronto, and I'm still wishing he did too.
Oh, that's another funny story. Speaking of Toronto.
Oh, boy.
So I go to my parents' house this week because I have to pick up. Apparently, my parents have keys to my car for some reason.
Weird.
So I have to go pick up the keys to the car if I'm going to trade it in on Friday. So I'm sitting at the house, and the All-Star game stuff comes up on the news, and my mom's like, "Oh, that looks like a lot of fun down in DC," and they're like, "Oh, look at that! Like Max Scherzer is going to start the game," and my dad goes, "Yeah." Not like when we had the All-Star game in Baltimore and Mike Messina didn't even play. I was like, Jesus Christ, that was 1994.
93, if you want to go even deeper, because it's 25-year anniversary just hit.
I was like, are you still mad about this? Wow.
Listen, I'm sure there's some guy in fucking Pigtown who wears a Cedo Suck shirt, not ironically.
I mean, it was amazing. I was like, wow. Like he had been thinking about it all day long, too. It just came straight out of his mouth. It was like, yeah. Not like when it was in Baltimore and Mike Messina didn't even play.
Yeah. Like, wow. Man, oh, man. Oh,
how was your week?
My week was all right. Obviously, more hospital bullshit after the humidity episode. Worst episode ever. And then we had our meeting about building the new hospital, which went over like a lead balloon. Was overnights, and that was a gong show. But Johnny P. Johnny P. Jaboy got some Oyos. Jaboy got some Oyos. Your boy got some Oyos deals because they were having like a 20% off the clearance, like the final run of stock. So I got five Oyos for $16.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Hell of a deal.
That's the price of one. That's 5 for 1.
That's actually 5 for 2, about thereabouts.
Okay.
So your boy start off with the Alex Galchenyuk. I'm actually looking at Oyos on eBay right now. Get the Alex Galchenyuk right here. Then your boy got the guy he was traded for, Trump supporter extraordinaire Max Domi.
Nice. All right.
Then I got me, you better watch out, his Lego parents will steal his money. Jack Johnson. Also comes, not pictured, comes with guitar. It's very weird.
That is weird. That's weird. Does it also come with like tiny Curious George?
I think I have to buy that separately. Steve Mason, former Jet, former Hab for like 20 seconds. And then finally, the Coupe de Gras, the Centennial Series edition of Leo Komarov.
Nice. That's a nice one right there. I like the special ones that they do. They didn't do any they don't do Stadium Series, do they?
They did not do this year's Stadium Series due to lack of interest in the Stadium Series, because trust me, I contacted them about that.
What?
Yeah, they said
I interest in the surrounding area of Annapolis.
Right. I think it was just because the Maple Leafs uniforms were too bright as well. They couldn't get that white of a white.
That's true.
So
that's true.
Yeah, your boy got some Oyos. So, and then I
like it.
I bought Gen 2 things. So starting lineups.
I do.
So I bought Jen.
I have a Manny Machado starting lineup actually.
Oh, you got that the stadium giveaway one.
Yeah.
By the way, startinglineup.com is a website, and they have like checklists.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, they have checklist of all.
I got the Wayne Gretzky Dominic Hasek starting lineup also.
You also have the Jim Carrey starting lineup.
Jim Carrey's right behind me as well.
Yeah. So is it
Jim Carrey? That was a great find. It was in 1996 Jim Carrey, but I think we actually got it in 1996.
Yeah. Startinglineup.figures.com is the website. Has all the checklists and has the stadium giveaways too, because that's been the new thing recently is the starting lineups in as a stadium, like as a giveaway. This year alone, so far in 2018, they've had 8 between two sports, basketball and baseball. But they have a John Tavares one from 2017, a Ryan Craig of the Cleveland Monsters of the AHL, and Joe Pavelski from 2016. So
it's too bad I didn't keep some of these together, like when I was kids, because I have a Joe Montana one at my house. I think it's like first series starting lineup Joe Montana. I do have an original 1996 John Harkes starting lineup that they made for MLS the first season. That's still in the packaging and the card's still there and everything.
Holy gee! I'm looking at the first 1988 starting lineups.
Okay.
There's about Jesus Christ. All right, I'm going to screen share this because I have
There's one for Jesus Christ.
There might as well have been. So here's the 1988 starting lineup for football.
Oh yeah, they had a ton.
Hold on. Yeah, no, it keeps. Chris Collinsworth has one. Everybody. It keeps going. Like we're John Offerdahl has one.
That's the one that I had. I think that they had them for like almost every player.
Essentially, all the players that you knew. Super Mark Duper, is there. Mike Merriweather Post Pavilion.
Ah, great.
He's
got great sound.
He does. Here's your boy Joe Montana. I had this one too. The Joe Montana figure.
Right? I feel like everybody who collected anything in that time period had that Joe Montana starting lineup.
You can get it in box $25 here on the eBays.
I'm actually surprised it's only worth $25.
Right?
Maybe it's because they made 75 million of them.
Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ, can you give me a relist? It keeps relisting.
That's because no one wants it.
It's finally sold. It was finally sold in May. So here you go. Your Joe Montana. It looks not really much like him.
No, not at all. But didn't it also come with a helmet?
It did right here. Right over on the side here, right above the sporting card.
Yeah, because I got him. I got the helmet on him it's in my childhood room still, actually. I might get that.
MLS mystery figure.
Ooh.
Remember when MLS was Oyo's? Collect all 20.
No, actually, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I should get some MLS Oyos.
Yeah, boy. MLS Oyos is where it was at. They
DC United.
Yeah, I think they actually had Ben Olsen. Ben Olsen was the coach, right?
But what are these recent?
3-4 years ago.
Yeah, Ben Olsen was the coach then.
Yeah, he has a Ben Olsen coach figure.
Really? That's awesome.
Him in a suit.
That's badass. I might get that. I might start looking at DC United Oyos on eBay.
Yeah, you might as well.
I'll add them to the other Oyo collection that you've given me.
Yes. Start the thing. They have Oyo locker rooms, Oyo training carts, Jermaine Jones, Didier Drogba. Where's the Ben? I want a Ben Olsen one in a suit. Chris Pontius in both the Philadelphia Union and the DC United. You could pick your boys in there.
What if you got Ben Olsen in a suit and you put him on the bench for your Oyo in one of your Oyo rinks?
Well, I think you have to. He has to be there.
Like, what if Ben Olsen was your hockey coach?
That'd be great. I would love Ben Olsen behind the bench. He could probably run it as well as any other coach in these NHL. Just let the star
Do
players.
they have coaches? They don't have hockey coaches. Why do they have MLS coaches?
I have zero clue.
Or is Ben Olsen just the only coach that has one?
Ben Olsen, I think, was the only coach to have one.
Because Ben Olsen is badass. That's why.
Probably.
Ben Olsen, basically, I bet you they went to DC United and they were like, DC United, if this is 3 or 4 years ago, they went to DC United and they were like, okay, so we need people from your team that we can create as Oyos. We need the most marketable names that we can find. And they were like, Ben Olsen. And they're like, no, he's your coach. And they're like, yes.
We're like, we didn't stutter.
And that's where it ended. Because 3 or 4 years ago, DC United was junk.
Right?
But now they have Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched that this season too. So I'm going to contact TV's Joe Miller because I want to go to a DC United game with TV's Joe Miller because he looked like he had a ball at the DC United game this weekend. I have tickets in October to go to DC United. So I'm going to ask TV's Joe Miller if he wants to go with us. I'm like, I'll pay for your ticket. Let's go.
So here you go, Johnny P, in all his glory. Good old Ben Olsen, right there.
That actually looks a lot like him. He's got the beard.
Yeah.
Is he wearing tennis shoes or dress shoes? Because
he's
Ben Olsen wears
tennis
shoes with his suit.
Yeah, they could be tennis shoes.
Yeah, they're probably tennis shoes. Yeah, that's probably the most lifelike Oyo that I've seen.
Right. There you go. So there you go, Ben Olsen. It's happy finding that one because it looks like it's
unavailable.
That one was unavailable. This one I found. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. Look at it.
Amazon's got everything, right?
Yeah, but I found something on this totally legitimate site called what is this called? Soccerandrugby.com.
Oh yeah.
It's $12.99, only 3 left. This was 2016. Okay. Comes with you get a headphones. You can just crank the headphones there.
What is up with Oyo giving you headphones?
They want those beats, bro.
Is there a reason? Like, is there a real reason? I think it's okay. So Ben Olsen doesn't need headphones. Like, there's zero reason for Ben Olsen to get pumped up before the game. Like, I see the players, right? The players, they show up, they got their headphones. You can like have them in their full gear, hanging out in the locker room because you also have locker rooms, right? There's zero chance that Ben Olsen is like, I'm gonna sit here and listen to Adele and like chill out before the game.
So there's Ben Olsen. Look, he's got a football, MLS branded football.
There's two things that I love about Lego Sports and Oyo Sports is that whatever ball they give as part of the package is always so oversized it's not even funny.
Right?
Like that comes up to his waist.
Yeah. And he gets a DC United hat. So he comes with a player stand, soccer ball, hat, and headphones. And he's got bendable knees and gripping hands and rotating forearms and player likeness.
All right. I could actually see Ben Olsen wearing the player hat,
yeah,
the DC United hat, and kicking a soccer ball and going, all right, guys, I've activated myself.
And they did a tutorial on their Instagram page about how they do the player likenesses, and it's pretty fantastic.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I should follow Oyo.
You should.
I'm gonna stalk the Ben Olsen Oyo on eBay and see if I can find them.
Go for it.
Because I'm not sure soccerandrugby.com is not coming from Japan. So
where are they from? They're in Madison. Is this Madison, Wisconsin?
Yeah, right.
Hold on. Store locations. Let's find store location. They have a 1-800 number. 5 retail stores in Connecticut and New York City.
Oh, then maybe I'll order from them.
Yeah.
I'll see what else they have. Maybe they have more DC United ones.
Yeah, soccer and rugby.com.
Send me that link.
I will send you that link.
Next week I'll be talking about how I bought Ben Olsen Oyo.
So I got this Ben Olsen Oyo.
There are points of my life where like I didn't know I needed things. And then we come on the show, and Scotty's like, "Hey, I need to send you this link." He sends me the link, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I need that."
Oh shit. So yeah, there you go.
Nice. I'm gonna take that out and stick it in
Whoa.
email to myself.
Whoa, easy. Hey. Oh man. So there we go, kids. We've
This is fantastic. The only thing better than this is if I could find like a Sean Leahy Oyo.
You can do that Oyo me and create Sean Leahy. And
I would create Sean Leahy in like a Leeds jersey standing next to Ben Olsen.
They have mystery. They have mystery figures. They have Red Bull New York mystery fan figures. Graham Zuzi. They got a Graham
Zuzi. He played at Maryland. That's close.
Yeah, you got a Dax McCarthy.
Actually, I'm pretty certain I refereed Graham Zuzi when he played at Maryland.
They have a Kaká. You can get a Kaká.
Oh, hell yeah! I might get a Kaká. Kaká. Does Kaká come with purple headphones, or are they all red?
I think they're all
because
red.
all the caps headphones are red.
Yeah. No, they're all red headphones. I have a whole bag of just headphones.
Maybe they were team colored because all the Caps ones were red and the DC United set were also red, and I think it just happens to be that they wear red.
I've got close to 100 Oyo headphones that are red. All of these headphones will be red. I guarantee you that.
All right.
There you go. There we go, guys. We've done it. We've talked about Oyo for half an hour and also buying cars. They have a Michael Bradley. It's very true to life.
Is it bald?
Yep. It's Steven
Gerrard.
It's
bald and it doesn't move, which is perfect.
And they have Cosmo, the LA Galaxy mascot.
All right. I might have to go into this website and see what they got. I'm going to have to make it worthwhile. I can't just order one, because then the shipping is going to be half the price of the damn thing. So
a Robbie Keane.
All right.
Get a Robbie Keane.
All right.
This is fantastic.
Tim Cahill, maybe?
Yeah, man. No, sadly, no Tim Cahill. David Villa.
All right.
Josh Saunders.
Love him in this old house.
Josh Saunders. Everybody. Clint Dempsey. You can get a Clint Dempsey.
Oh, all right. I could go with some Clint Dempsey.
You can get a Sebastian Javinko.
I bet you that one's shorter than all the rest of them.
The hair is taller, though. DeMarcus Beasley. Yeah, sure. They got everything. The trainer cart, the locker room. This is great. Soccerandrugby.com, everybody. Get it today. All right. So should we actually talk a little bit of hockey?
Yeah, sure. Do I have to play music? No one's hurt, right?
No, we're good with music.
Just hurt pride.
Essentially, just hurt. They might like have a hangnail, like it's hurting. Like they maybe get a splinter off the dock from their boat home, the lake house.
Splinter.
Yep, he was the best. All right, this Patreon pick, ladies and gentlemen, boy howdy. It was a hot one. It's like it is in the studio. This studio is fucking hot.
Well, your studio seems a lot more hot than mine. Mine's my basement, so it doesn't warm up. But
yeah, yours
seems much hotter than mine is.
Yeah, not great. It's not great. There's no air flowing through, but whatever. We'll make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, our Patreons are great. Our patrons of our Patreon, patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow. You could be like P follower or Puck F if you want to say, if you're nasty. You could be like Damon, Mark, Trista, Kevin, Matthew, Ethan, Chris, Mitch, Brian, Angela, or Sean. They all contributed, and you can too. Go to patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow. We'll have bonus shows. We'll have different things here, there, and everywhere. So get in on it for as little as much. Everything goes back into the show. That's a fancy car. Everything goes back into the show, and we talk about fun topics that you get to vote on. Maybe they're fun, maybe they're not. I don't know. I'm not the judge. You're the person who judges. And luckily, now we have Mark with a C back on with us, and this is his favorite subject. So the pick today was, what franchise would you buy ownership in? And this comes off the heels of majority owner of the Arizona Coyotes, Andrew Barroway, looking to sell 49% of the team.
The gift that just keeps on giving.
Just keeps on hanging out. So it's fantastic. I love it. I love every bit of this. So if you're scoring at home or even if you're alone, Barroway bought the majority of the ownership a few years back in 2014 for $152.5 million. He bought out the other part of his remaining partners for $240 million. So that's what, $392 million? $92.5 million. So $392.5 million. He wants to sell the 49% at a valuation of, anybody want to guess?
Something stupid.
Oh, it's fucking hilariously stupid. You want to put a number on
$499 million.
Very close. Mark.
277 million.
Johnny's closest without going over $500 million.
So he's almost asking for like double.
Essentially, he wants you to pay. It's essentially $250 million to pay the debt, and then $250 million to buy your share of the team, because they're $250 in debt, including $100 million that is owed to the NHL. So
I have a weird question at this point.
Sure.
He's only selling half the team, right?
No, 49%. Yeah.
So how? First of all, who appraised this team? Second
Not
of all,
Forbes, because Forbes said they're valued at $300 million.
Yeah, so right. So second of all, how are you going to find anybody who's dumb enough like this? Wow.
I put it on Twitter. If anybody who buys this, anybody who does that has way too much money on their hands and should be having it taken away from them.
Yes, that's exactly it. Like, give $500,000 to a hospital that needs it so that Scotty can build what he wants with a Chick-fil-A.
Right? Chick-fil-A, and then we have more room, and not just the same amount of room that we have now, but we're having more equipment on there, so it's going to be much more tighter. Anyway. So I obviously I'm like, well, do you guys want us to know how bad we hate Fanatics, or do you want us to see which franchise we put our money into? They picked the franchise because I wrote about the Fanatics thing already.
Oh.
So
yeah, I read that. That was good.
Yeah, dude, it's thank you, sir. I appreciate it. It's a hoot.
Well, so I will also say, and I don't know if this has happened to either of you yet, but my Capitals hat, the Capitals champs hat that I got, the Weagle on the front of it is quite literally just like glued on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to break in the hat as one's to do with a hat, and I started like crunching it up, and the Weagle started coming off. So I had to use the thread glue that I have in my house to actually glue the Weagle back onto the Champions hat that I literally just bought, because I was like, oh, sorry, I decided I wanted to break something in.
Now, a lot of people have had that where they've worn it for a couple weeks and the glue starts to fall off. So Fanatics is not good, folks. And they're taking 75% of the profit. So anyway, speaking of profit, if you had profit, if we raised the Patreon to enough level where we can buy interest in the Arizona Coyotes, would you, or would you put in another team? And if so, what would that team be? Obviously, we're all putting in another team because the Coyotes are dead last. The
Coyotes should be the best bang for your buck, right? Like, you should be able to go farther with the Coyotes because they're so terrible and awfully run as a company.
Obviously not, because you're paying 200 over Forbes' evaluation of the entire team for only 49% of it.
Yeah, but that's not anybody that does that is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's literally, that just screams out, I can't get these damn things to fit right. My new ones, I just keep messing with them like every week. My that's just like tax write-off. Like that literally screams
Yeah.
out like I need a tax write-off.
Yeah.
But like what other really good buys are out there? Because you can't go big market, right? Because that's way too
Sure.
expensive and you're not going to get very much for it. So like
No.
the New Yorks, the Torontos, the LAs, they're probably out of the mix.
But I think also in that one, it's one of those things like you put money into Coca-Cola or a blue chip stock. Sure, it's going to cost you a lot, and you might not get much of a value, but you're always going to gain on it.
Yeah, but if you only have like like how much can you really get?
That's fair.
Right.
That's a fair point.
I think that if I had my choice, I'm going Canadian team because I have American dollars.
And it goes further. You're absolutely right on that.
And it goes further, correct. The team that I'm looking at is the Winnipeg Jets.
Ooh, that's a good buy.
I think the Winnipeg Jets are decently they're still down pretty much. Like they got to second round
Conference
of
finals.
the playoffs. Oh no, they did beat Nashville. Conference finals, third round of the playoffs. So they did pretty well. There's a pretty good buzz about them, but they're still like a pretty small market team, for lack of a better way to say that.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like my American dollar in a Canadian market, with the way that the team still kind of feels about themselves, because they're still decently young as well in this reincarnation, with their upside of them possibly being able to win the Stanley Cup in the next 2 to 8 years. I feel like that's where my money goes the farthest. I'm going Winnipeg Jets.
It's a good one. Mark with the C.
I like John's American money goes further in Canada argument. I dig that. I think you picked the wrong team though, because I'm gonna buy in on Edmonton, because I think Edmonton has a much longer window of cup winning potential than Winnipeg does, and I'm gonna get a lot of return on my money if I buy into Edmonton. I think if you're not getting a controlling stock in some sort of team, which you're not when you get 49%, then you want your money to make money, and I think your money makes the most money in Edmonton.
You got that Connor McDavid. He's going to bring in money. That's a good pick too. You know, I'm looking at this the Forbes chart, which is the end all be all of their total evaluation. Not really.
Yeah, obviously.
There's two teams I want to sink my money into. I think.
I mean, you can split your money up. I mean, if you're buying 49% of both teams, that's fine as well.
That's true. It's like I'm owning 98%. No, I'm not.
You can get 24.5% of both teams.
You're right. We're talking about small market teams. We're talking about making most for your money, more bang for your buck. I'm putting my money in the Nashville Predators. I think that the fact that Broadway's built up, the fact that PK Subban's there, sure, Pekka Rinne's going by the wayside, but UC Saros is re-signed. It's a kid who's really good. I think they have a good young core, including Philip Forsberg and Ryan Johansson. Roman Josi still of a decent age that he'll be there for a long time. If I had my money, I'd put the money into the Nashville Predators right now, just because they have a great marketing team to help create buzz as well. So I want that money will make money, even though it is a smaller market, smaller building as well. My second choice would have been Carolina, especially if you push hard to get that Hartford Whaler merch, because that will return on investment as well.
Are you also playing the moving to a bigger city card in that one?
I'm moving. I'd move it back to Greensboro. Let's go back to our roots. If we're going back to Hartford, let's go back to Greensboro and put the Hurricanes in Greensboro. No, I wouldn't threaten to move. Why would I move them? Because that's going to cost me money. You understand how much Mayflowers?
Can't move them. You only own 24.5% of it. You can't. You barely have a say, really.
I'm moving 25% of the players, so I'm moving like 2 defensemen, 3 forwards, and the third string goalie with
Rod
me.
Brendamore's nose.
Exactly, and half of Rod Brendamore's nose. I can't afford the whole nose, and that's all going with me to Glen Burnie, and we're going to start the Glen Burnie Hillbillies all over again, as it was back in 2002.
Glen Burnie HC.
Yeah. Glen Burnie HC playing out of the Piney Orchard because sure, why the hell not? By the way, still have not heard back from them.
Why would we?
Fucking A. Anyway, but yeah, Carolina would have been one too. But you know, I see the Ottawa Senators. I think I could buy that team for like $27 if I wait long enough. Boy.
So we're all going Canadian teams.
Nashville's not in Canada.
Okay.
My overall pick was Nashville.
I got
you. Although Nashville is the Canada of Tennessee. I don't know if that's true.
I feel like it is true.
What teams do you avoid, Johnny? You said high money teams you don't think you're gonna get a better return on investment aside from the Arizona Coyotes. Is there a team
I avoid big market teams.
Yeah.
I understand the whole like you don't buy as much, but you get a bigger return type of thing. But like, so I have $25 worth of Amazon. It's gotten me $10, which is awesome. The return on investment right now, I've gotten like half of the money that I got over right now. So it's like 20% return on investment, but it's still $10 on $25. Right. So now I have $35. You know, so like the big markets like Toronto, I feel like costs so much money to get in that no matter how much money you make, it's not ever going to amount to that much. Like the New Yorks, like New York probably costs so much money to get in the first place that even if they double in price, that's cool because you're like $100,000 became $200,000. It didn't become like $2 million. You know, like what it could be in some of those smaller places is you buy 10% of the team and it costs you $100,000, but it's 10% of the team. And that goes up, you know, whatever amount, and you make $500,000 instead of $100,000, you know, like another $100,000 is basically my thought process on it.
That's a good thought process. I like that one a lot. Mark, is there any team you avoid?
Probably right now in this moment, probably just Toronto. Toronto's the only one I'm avoiding, just because their expectations are too damn high.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's no money to be. I mean, there's money to be made, but not. John's right.
But it's all in selling Tavares jerseys right now. Like you could just buy a bunch of Tavares jerseys and sell them and make profit.
You'll be fine. Weird one. I'm staying away from Minnesota. Minnesota's a hockey hotbed. I still think they're going to have the same fans that show up every single time. You're not going to really get much growth. I think you've peaked. It's a situation where it's like Toronto. There's too much hockey to go around. So I think the Wild kind of get lost, especially with how middling they are. As great as a hockey community as Minnesota is, I think I avoid that just because I think they've plateaued, both on the ice and off the ice. You're not going to get many new people in, and there's thrilling hockey around you. So if the Wild start to suck, then money's being sunk into other teams rather than the Wild. So I think the saturation of hockey in that market is the downfall for me and why I don't buy on Minnesota.
You know, another thought that I just had is I think I also stay away from Buffalo. And Buffalo has nothing to do with being a small market or being this or being that. It has total to do with Terry Paguglia being the owner and wanting to rule everything. Because I feel like you're just not going to even get like he's going to overprice what you are buying into that team, that you're not going to get what you put into the team. Like it's almost overpriced because of him personally.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point. And that's another reason not to invest in Ottawa, not just because they're dog shit, but because Eugene Melnick's a psychopath.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
plus Prozac could go down every once in a while or become like generic, and you know,
I mean, that could be the one thing is that, you know, with your ownership, you get a nice little subscription notepad, and you just have whatever. Just take it and do whatever.
Especially if it comes from Canada. Hell yeah, I'm in. I'll be able to breathe like it's my job. like a
There you
normal
go.
person.
Absolutely. All right. Any final thoughts? Bueller. All right, that was a good.
I'm good. That was fun.
That was fun. Also fun. Joe Pavelski came in third at a golf pro-am this weekend that Tony Romo won. So,
I watched that. Tony Romo won that, huh?
Yeah, allegedly.
Oh.
I've not seen the final results because I couldn't care less. But they said he won. So
I watched some of it. It's a lot of fun. It's a tournament where people sign autographs and dance and
drink.
TJ Oshie sank a like 15-foot putt that turned to the left while he was wearing a helmet that had 2 beers on it.
The foam dome.
Then the famed, I believe it's the 16th hole at this course. They have stands around the 16th hole, and people are able to pull their boats right up to the actual like side of the 16th hole. So people are there in their boats. There's like 1,500 boats that are out in the lake and everything. It's right at Lake Tahoe. And somebody threw TJ Oshie a beer off the boat, and he caught it and flipped his shirt over his face and drank it through his shirt and then threw the beer on the ground.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Sadly, he will not be coming to UND. He's going to his home in War Road. So what can you do? In sad,
maybe Ovi will bring it to UND on TJ Oshie.
That'd be fantastic. Well, here's the funny thing: TJ Oshie's going to War Road first, and then he's splitting the day in Minneapolis, and that half day in Minneapolis is serving as Shane Gersich's day. So there you go.
Well, Shane Gerchis only played 1 game. Maybe it's prorated. Is that how it works?
I don't know. Does Nathan Walker get like 2 minutes with it then?
Well, no, he played in the same game. So
Yeah.
Nathan Walker gets a half day as well. Maybe a half day is the lowest you can get with the cup.
Oh, that'd be great if it was.
Yeah, but does it count travel time? Because the time to get to Nathan Walker would take more time to get to him and then travel back to North America. Then he actually gets to spend time with the cup.
Yeah.
Or does he fly back to the States and then get to fly back to Australia with the cup?
I'm going to say
effectively
it really, like, there's really, really a big part of me that hopes that Nathan Walker can take the Stanley Cup to Australia. I feel like that would be a really, really cool thing.
I hope that Nathan Walker has his day with the Stanley Cup in Australia, but by the time the cup gets there, his day already happened because they crossed over the date line.
Oh,
So he gets screwed over, and then they turn back.
Boo. No, but if he was coming the opposite direction, it would still be the same time when he landed in LA.
Oi, Nate, when'd you get in the Stanley Cup there? Oi, it was yesterday, but it's coming tomorrow. Oi, we're really messed up down here. Get a blooming onion.
I love that your Australian accent is just a Boston accent, but you say oi before it.
Oi, Sully, bring the boats down the harbor. Oi! See, it works both ways. They're both fucking assholes.
Still, one of the weirdest parts of my entire life was flying back from Sydney, leaving Sydney at 9:30 in the morning and arriving in LA at 9:45 in the morning on the same day.
It's a hell of a 15-minute flight. My God. Oh, Jesus. Sad news. As Ray Emery passed away this weekend, age 35. He drowned while he was swimming in Hamilton, Ontario. He was doing this weekend in Hamilton a camp for young kids, young goalies, young players, and then also the night before he passed, he had a charity game they was playing, and then 6 a.m. he dove into the water and then failed to resurface. They recovered his body around 3 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. So yeah, it was a hell of a thing. Ray Emery, I mean, love him or hate him, he was a guy who he was a memorable one. He was a guy who was always fiery. He was a guy who was always just. Yeah, he always left an impact, and the fact that he went out with a hip injury the way he did and came back from it, Pretty damn cool. So he will be missed. Just 35 years old, Ray Emery.
Still, whatever. I have a feeling that, like, so however you feel about somebody, however you felt about somebody while they were playing, somebody who dies at 35 years old isn't right. It's just not the way it's supposed
especially
to
in a
occur.
freak accident like that. So
yeah.
Rest in peace, Razor. All the best, my friend. Thanks for the memories. The clack-a-lack of the microphone means that he is here. He is ready to go. It's Lyle Richardson, SpectreSaki.net. Hi, Lyle.
Hi, guys. Clack-a-lacka.
Breaking news. Mark has been called off for some government work, so he must leave us now.
Yeah, I got to roll.
You got some business to take care of.
Yeah, so it was fun doing the Patreon pick.
Yeah.
Do you have your business socks on?
Negative. No business sucks.
It's a shame.
Yeah. But
to take care of. So I was just asking.
Lyle, you can have my haha fuck you pick.
There you go.
Excellent.
What? So Lyle gets 2?
Well, no, he gets the Alexei Zhitnik pick, and it's weird because we're doing the 94 Buffalo Sabres. So,
figures. Finally, Mark would have gotten Alexei Zhitnik.
She's on
that team.
Fantastic team. But hey, it's all for naught now.
It's a shame.
Oh dear.
All right, Mark. Have a good one, bud. We'll talk to you next week.
All right. See you guys.
Peace.
Hey, Mark.
All right, now he's gone. Time to shit talk him. What the fuck's his problem? Like, honestly. Fucking that guy. God in heaven.
What's this business stuff?
Business. Fucking.
I think they're still training Hudson how to sleep.
Oh, that's probably great.
But I mean, the point of the matter is, let's be completely honest. If there's anybody that should teach people how to sleep, it's probably me.
Yeah,
I
Uncle
sleep
John.
between 9.5 and 10 hours a week. Hold on, let's go to the Snorsky stats real quick.
You can have these
Snorsky.
Well, I'm pulling this up. Lyle, I don't think has heard these in a while.
No.
Let's see my trends. So trends on the Snorsky stats here. My average time in bed over the last 1,587 nights, or 19.2 months, is 8 hours and 43 minutes. I'm 43 minutes over the recommended 8 hours.
Wow.
On average for 19 months.
That's
almost
good.
2 years.
That's crazy.
That's not a short sample size, ladies and gentlemen. That is all out.
Isn't it? All right, let's see here. Last 7 days. What do I got here? Last 7 days. This is from my Garmin watch here. Average of 9 hours and 1 minute.
Wow.
Of sleep each night.
I can't even remember what it's like to have that much sleep in a night.
This is what it's called to be sleeping by yourself in a house where no one else is.
He's got us there, Lyle.
Well, there is that point, but still, I mean, the thing I used to sleep like that a lot, like 20, 25 years ago. Thing I found as I've gotten older is it's weird. I need less sleep. I mean, I find that I find that I go to bed earlier, but I'm also up much earlier now too. It's like 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Life, I think.
Yeah, it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Yeah, okay, I'm ready for bed now. And by 5 o'clock, I'm wide awake, ready to go.
I love how Lyle's like 10:30, 11 o'clock. I'm like, 8:30, 9 p.m. Go to sleep. Wake up around 5:30, 6 a.m. Yeah, this is awesome. This is perfect.
10 years ago, I mean, I used to stay up until like 1 in the morning my time, because back then, I mean, I had to catch my
it's only 11:30 everywhere else.
My daily fix of the Daily Show and the Colbert Report back then in the day. Because I'm talking 10 years ago. So yeah, I'd be up till 1 in the morning, and then I'd like roll out of bed at 7:30 and start doing work on my site and that. But it's just, as I've gotten older now, it's like, 10:30, I'm ready for bed. And by 5 o'clock, like first crack of sparrow fart, I'm up. Well, okay, time to go to work.
Can you what was that? What was that description again?
First crack of sparrow fart.
That's Johnny, have you heard that one ever?
No, but that's on our next t-shirt.
Yeah, it is. It's an old country
It'll
saying.
just be
Old countryman.
next week. Maybe I'll bring out. So what I forgot to say is, over the past week, I was putting away a bunch of shirts. I think I might have said that last week. I was putting away a bunch of shirts, and I found a bunch of old shirts. And I found the 2007 Columbus draft shirt that we have. So I might break that out for next week's show.
What was that one?
That was the one with the caricatures on us of us on the front, and on the back it said "I love the BJs."
Oh, that was the Cafe Press.
That was
one.
the tan one.
Yeah.
Tan
Wow.
Cafe Press one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a small. I don't know how well it fits me, but
Well, sun's out, guns out, baby. You just start,
True.
just boom, bam, put it out there like that.
true.
Man, Lyle,
Yeah, I think.
you
back.
you're popping back. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. What happened?
Lyle said that he was popping, so he's gonna come back.
He's popping off. So this is dangerous. I'm buying Oyo products on the Phantoms, the Philadelphia
Why?
Fan.
Oh, damn it! You were looking for Ben Olsen. Why are you buying more?
I was looking. You were looking for, but you have the. Oh.
There we go. We back.
Hey, Lyle.
Okay, sorry.
Damn you, Ben Olsen.
You guys cut out all of a sudden, like volume. I could see you. I couldn't hear you.
Oh,
Weird.
That sounds like 90% of my life.
Yeah. Do I need another Oyo goalie for my Royal
Scott,
Rumble?
you just buying more Oyos. I'm actually thinking about buying an Oyo coach, Ben Olsen. He coaches DC United.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like you can never have too many Oyos.
Not really. I don't think you can.
The only problem I feel is that I feel like at some point the Oyos are going to unite into one big Oyo and like take over.
There you go. Yeah.
It's a good thing. So it's a good thing you can't like build on the legs, right? The legs are one piece, so they can't get any taller than that.
No.
And their head space is only like the helmet's on there, so they can't connect to the top of the head.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't
That's
like
good. If
lock
they were
arms or
Legos,
anything, though, right?
What's that, Lyle?
I feel like Legos are more dangerous.
Yeah. Legos would definitely be more dangerous. Duplo, I think, is the most idiotic. So I think you're fine if you have Duplos.
You collect Oyos the way I collect ebooks. The difference being is that ebooks for me are all on my my iPad, so you don't see them all in display. But it's like I can't resist getting like, oh my god, $2.99 sale. And I was like, download.
Yeah, I'm not even doing sale items. God, like I think that's probably my downfall, is that I'm just a psychopath. All honesty, let's just be honest here, folks.
No. If you were a psychopath, none of us would be alive.
No. I can't reach through the I can't reach through the computer to.
Some of us would be in shallow graves somewhere in Minnesota back 7 years ago. So
no, Lyle, I was in Canada then. I'd do it in Montreal.
Oh, okay.
Come on, you know me better than that.
That is true. That's true. You're more sociopathic.
Yeah. No, thank you. That's the nicest thing you ever said to me.
I'm here for you, buddy.
Thanks. It's so hot. I have this. I feel like a rapper with this towel.
It's like you look like for a second. I'm like, geez, don't cry because I called you a sociopath. God,
it's hot. There's no circulating air in the studio, so it's and I have the window open and everything like that. But it's bright light.
You're going through what we just went through. Well, we had like really wicked humidity through here the last 3 days.
Lyle,
finally broke today.
You did not hear about my real work then. Last week on the show, I revealed that thanks to a humidity event here, we had to throw away about $1 million worth of stuff and re-sterilize 5,000 instruments.
Ooh.
So
not a good thing. Yeah. No, we were at 96% humidity today. This morning at its worst before it finally broke. God, I don't mind heat. I love heat. Humidity sits on my head. It just sits on my head and makes me miserable. Yeah. But it's the price I pay for living here.
It's like two rats fucking in a wool sock. It's that hot. Does that work? Is that the same thing that you were talking about earlier with the swallow fart, or no?
No,
I'm just trying to throw out random things now.
I'm just throwing out any kind of colloquialisms, and we're hoping for the best here. That's great. Fantastic. So Lyle, there ain't shit about shit going on. Erik Karlsson trade deadline going into the third week.
The deadline for trading Erik Karlsson is February 25th, 2019. That's the date of the trade deadline.
All right. Over under. All right. Over push. Or wait, under over. All right, hold on. Wait a minute. It's hot. I got a washcloth. Over under January 10th, he'll be traded.
Ooh. So if I take the under, that means before January 10th, right?
So yeah, January 9th further.
The under.
January 10th. I'll include January 10th in the over as well. So January 10th and beyond.
I'll take the under.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think he'll be gone before January 10th.
Over under September 10th.
I'll go over.
Okay. So you're saying he starts the season.
Right, so we're bracketing.
I'm saying it's a very strong possibility he starts the season in Ottawa. You know, it could change, but remember the whole Matt Duchene. I just think back to a year ago with the whole Matt Duchene thing, and everybody thought for sure he'd be gone by early July at the absolute latest, and they didn't move him until like almost mid-November. You know, Pierre Dorion won't make a move until he gets the deal he wants. So
he's making sure the vibe is right. He's making
oh
sure
hell yeah,
perfect.
When is the All-Star game? I feel like
it's late January.
Yeah.
All-Star game is still like the time where things.
He'd be moved before the All-Star game, definitely.
January. Oh, it's Big Stan's birthday, January 26, 2019.
There you go.
All right.
Or as I'm dubbing it this year, the Big Stan Invitational in San Jose.
As it should be.
Yeah.
You know how much more? You know what better ratings the NHL would get if they just had bowling, and everybody that came to the All-Star game had to bowl. They rented out like 12 different bowling alleys in the San Jose area, and you had to drive from one to the next and bowl 12 rounds in one day.
Fuck it, I like your idea better. Get 10 different rings and they wrestle. That'd be a great one.
Let's get it on.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna go over on the January.
Wow.
Yeah.
Looking more
I'm
toward
gonna say it's around All-Star game.
He gets elected as an All-Star for the Senators, and it's a Sandus Ojoland situation where he gets traded 2 days before.
That's not awkward at all.
No.
Or Manny Machado, where he gets traded the day after.
Right, and Ken Rosenthal gives him an awkward interview. Lyle, you can speak to this a little more because your fingers on the pulse of just the trade rumors more than ours. To know you're getting traded, but not to know where. Is there an more awkward question to ask when you think about it? Like, it seems that we know you're being traded, Manny Machado. How do you feel about that? And it's like this Erik Karlsson thing. Like, if he gets to camp, be like there was 2 deals in place, somehow fell apart. How do you feel that your ownership and your GM wants to just get rid of you, but you're so valuable that they can't get the pieces back, and now you're stuck
but
here.
They don't know how.
Yeah, I know.
That's because they've got the right deal. I mean, this wouldn't be the first time this sort of things happened. But
I think in this era of social media, I think this is a different landscape in terms of
only for fans. Only for fans
fair.
and pundits, it's there. General managers do not give a shit about what's being said about them or the team on social media. At least it comes to trades, okay? If it comes to if you had a player who was like, outrageously racist, for example, well, yeah, you'd probably care about what social media had to say about that. But when it comes to how they conduct their business, they don't give a shit what we think. I mean, you look at last year, for heaven's sake. Again, I'll point to the Matt Duchene thing. People were going out of their mind bonkers. You know, you saw pundits like Darren Dreger and Elliot Friedman going, "Oh my God, they had the opportunity to trade him during the summer, didn't trade," or Joe Sakic, I should say, in that regard,
Yeah.
Oh my God, Joe Sakic, what a horrible general manager. He should have traded him. Now there's this awkward situation where he comes into training camp and he poses for that unhappy pitcher, and this is going to hang over the team like a fog. Rah, 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 rah. And Joe Sakic should be fired. He hasn't doing a good job, and Joe Sakic just sitting there going, just biding my time. Right deal will come. I'm not listening to y'all. I'm doing what I need to do. And 6 weeks later, he got the deal he wanted. And now all of a sudden, the very people who were, and to be fair, I was among those who was critical of him as well. I was, all of a sudden, most of his critics are sitting there going, oh, geez, what a splendid move by Joe Sakic. Finally, what a wonderful manager he is. Oh, the Avalanche are in good hands. So they don't give a shit what social media says about whether they've traded a guy before July 1st, whether they trade him before training camp, before the start of the season, before the trade. They don't care. They really don't care. There's no pressure there for them to make.
So it's super telling, right, too? Because right after Duchesne got traded, everybody was like, "Oh, what? What did the Avalanche going to do? They finally traded Matt Duchesne. They finally did this. They finally did that, and they became a better team. They literally were better the rest of the season after he left.
To be fair, because they didn't have that hanging over their head anymore.
Yeah,
But you got to give it. You still got to give it up to Joe Sakic because he could have bent. He could have turned around and saw his team off to a rough start again. Fans are unhappy. Media's bitching at him, and he could have just said, "Oh, fuck it, we'll just take whatever deal we can get and be happy with it." But he was. So this is why Joe Sakic was a great player, and it kind of puts me in mind of the way Steve Yzerman conducts business too. It's almost cold-blooded. It's almost eerie. It's just like. No, I don't give a shit what you think. I'm waiting for the right deal.
Food right now. I don't care if Sean Blakey's hungry.
Exactly. I don't care if Puck Daddy and Sean. I don't care if Puck Daddy and his running partner Limes are in the house. Nah, I want my food right now.
Hold on. By the way, rest in peace, Yahoo Blogs. They were killed. They were killed this past week.
Were they really?
Everything Puck Daddy is now Canadian content run by Yahoo Canada, but all from what Greg said, all the other sports blogs are now quote unquote expert opinions. They are no longer sports blogs.
Oh
wow.
Boy, Yahoo's really gone downhill.
Well, they got out in a good time, then, huh?
Yeah, no shit, right?
Got out. Hell, you mean let go? Well, Greg got out at the right time. Greg got out at the right time. I'm sure he would have been shown the door eventually, but he got out at the right time. All the rest of them were handed their walking papers.
Yeah, but Leahy ended up pretty well.
Oh, yeah. Sean landed on his feet. He did all right.
Let's put it this way. I'm looking at
Manny Machado has been traded to the Dodgers.
Hey, good for him.
Yes, in Major League Baseball's most unsurprising trade of the year.
Why did it take so long? Really?
Exactly. Everybody knew he was going to the Dodgers.
So, I looked on Yahoo's Puck Daddy blog, and the first thing that comes up is NBC Sports Pro Hockey Talk Morning Skate headlines. So they're basically taking NBC's Pro Hockey Talk stuff and putting it on. And here's the funny part: is they have a thing where it says in this morning skate that they've aggregated. One of the headlines is from Puck Daddy. So Puck Daddy is essentially trending topics and what have we learned. So it's basically Ryan Lambert's job.
It's Ryan Lambert doing his trending topics and what we learned.
So it's basically everything we hated about Puck Daddy.
I can't speak about Ryan because I've never met him. So I know he can be controversial. Some of the stuff I've agreed with.
Oh no, I hate plenty of people that I've never met.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never met him. I just think he's
the Orioles got 5 players back.
The way Greg described him back in the day was that he was a slimmer version of comic book guy.
Yeah.
So let's put it this way. I'm going to say this out loud, and it's going to be on the radio, and it may or may not be true, but I very well could have met him at one of the drafts and just not known.
That's true. Like I kind of in passing met Down Goes Brown, and that was kind of a
Sean McKendo.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
He's doing. Yeah, who's gone on to do his?
I can't tell you how many
Sportsnet.
people we met at those Puck Daddy like parties and at the like draft things and etc. that like didn't give a shit about us, so I didn't give a shit about them. You know, like that type of like back and forth. So
well, that's different. Yeah,
it very well could have been the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, not wrong.
Mm.
I don't know. We hang with our.
It does
people.
suck though. It
Yeah.
sucks that like everything's gone down as quickly as it has.
Well, is it really? I think it's kind of the decline, if you will, of hockey blogging overall. I mean, 10 years ago, think about it. I mean, 10 years ago, I mean, hockey bloggers were on the rise. They were literally getting seats on the riser, for heaven's sake, at the draft. They were sitting with the big boys at the events in the press box and everything like that. And now it's like all the best were kind of plucked away, by the bigger media types, and the rest just left to wither on the vine. I mean, 2 years ago, I mean, Puck Daddy was required reading. It really was. It was some of the best hockey writing in the business was there. And I mean, now, I mean, just that fast within 2 years, it's like Yahoo just didn't care, gutted the lot, and.
Well, I think also Verizon buying Yahoo didn't help much either.
Well, no, obviously, but still, I mean, and
you mean because of those weird commercials that have Landon Donovan and that random person that I can't stand?
I've never seen those, but yes,
we'll take your.
They're on the World Cup all the time.
Oh, I didn't.
Well,
I don't have Fox.
We had the Canadian ones up here, which was just endless fucking Coca-Cola commercials.
Which is the global one.
Yeah, just endless Coca-Cola commercials.
But let's expound upon this because of the fact that we have nothing really to talk about. So you're absolutely right in this, because either they get plucked away by teams because they're doing statistician stuff, or I mean, and that's what happened to.
Well, to a lot of the analytic blogs.
Yeah, a lot of the analytic guys and some guys.
And even some of the salary guys. I mean, the only one that's left now is Cap Friendly.
Yep.
I mean, you have to think that Matthew Weist, rest in peace, if he hadn't passed away, 3 years ago, he would probably be working for the league by now, or in some capacity, because he was just so well connected. That I don't think that he would be independent anymore. I think that maybe, given Gary Bettman's kind of dismissal of people tracking salaries or that fans track salaries, maybe not, but I would have liked to have thought that maybe the league would have very quietly hired him, to maybe like run a league, salary database. But Cap Friendly's doing a very good job, and thankfully they're still in the game, but because so many other ones got hired away, and it's the same like a lot of the analytics ones. God, there were so many of them, and now, I mean, most of them have been hired by teams, or they've had to pack it in. But just even sport blogging in general. I mean, once upon a time, there was. I mean, my God, I used to follow something like 50, 60 different hockey blogs, and I used to follow their work daily, and I would link to it. For several years on my site, I used to have a basically link to like the best blogs of the day, sort of thing. And now I think there's maybe 6 or 8 that I follow, and I only follow them irregularly now, because so many of the good writers got hired away, or they've just, decided to pack it in and do something else. So it's kind of on the blogging. I mean, it's still out there, hockey blog, but they don't have the influence they once had. No. And they're kind of on the decline. They won't fully go away, but they have declined noticeably compared to what they were 8 to 10 years ago.
Yeah. So was part of it the cyclical rise and fall of the NHL accepting all the bloggers? Because I feel like there's been also a decline on the NHL accepting bloggers to come to events.
Interesting take.
Like, so if you're not going to the events, right? Like, why do you keep doing the blog? If you're just a fan. Right. And maybe you're blogging, and maybe it's a secondary thing in your life. Maybe it's like your extra job, quote unquote, or something. if the NHL stops giving you credentials to things, like they've kind of stopped with us, right? Like you stop talking about them. Like, is that part of the decline? Really? Did the NHL like kind of do this to themselves a little bit? I guess is what I'm saying.
What do you think, Scotty? On that,
I think I think that they've really done it to themselves. Because you close things off and you make everything exclusive to one brand, both in the U.S. and Canada. That's what you do. You kind of box yourself in on that instance. Because I mean, and I think also, you know what also killed a lot of hockey writing and hockey blogging? The Athletic.
Well, somebody just actually, I just saw the question come up there in the group chat. How many of the bloggers went to the Athletic? There's a fair number that did. Jonathan Willis went there. Jonathan, we worked together on Bleacher Report, and I do believe he did some work with the Hockey News for a while. Alan Mitchell of Low Tide. I mean, he was another one that I worked with on Bleacher Report. He got hired by the Athletics. Several other ones that I know too. You know that those are just two right off the top of my head that I know whose work I've followed. You know, for years. But I know there have been several others over the years who've gone there.
Yeah, Arpin Basso, formerly of the NHL.com, Craig Custance, Jeremy Rutherford, Scott Burnside, Katie Strang.
And those aren't bloggers. Those are like, you know, longtime media folks who've gone. But the Athletic did snap up a number of good hockey bloggers as well. Tyler Dello's there now as well.
Justin Bourne.
Yeah.
Corey Pronman, who was ESPN for the longest time.
Yeah, and he was for a long time. He was a long time doing, was it analytics that he was doing or future?
Future. He was doing the
yes, he was doing futures. Yeah, that's right.
Chris Stevenson in Ottawa.
Formerly the Ottawa Sun. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of newspaper guys too, so that kind of kills and shortens up your stuff. Myrtle, obviously.
Yeah. Well, he's the main editor there.
Yep. And then LeBron is there, and man, there's a lot of people in this. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyway. It just seems like every month you see a pundit announcing that they're leaving their paper of so many years to go and join the Athletics. So some got laid off and wound up landing on their feet there. There was John Vogel of the Buffalo News. Buffalo News like gutted about half of their sporting staff, but and John was one of them. But yeah, he like within a few weeks landed on his feet there with the Athletic. You know, Joe Yerdon. You know,
yeah, just got there.
Got there. He was working. He was covering the Sabres, for the Sabres for NHL.com for about the last 3 years.
Yeah,
and before that, he was the main editor at NBC Pro Hockey Talk. So,
and I mean, you look. I mean, it's funny because Dan Steinberg of the Washington Post said he wants to join the Athletic just so he has that pretentious "Why I joined the Athletic" post.
I do have to kind of agree with that. That, you know, at first it was kind of neat to read like why I joined the Athletic. Oh, now I don't give a shit. You're going there because
everyone got there.
Yeah, you're going there because that's basically the cool kids club now.
And it's funny because apparent like Greg and Dave on Puck Soup broke through the idea that all the Athletic writers at a certain time promote a big story of the day using different adjectives, but in the same pretty much cadence on their tweets. So, I mean, I'm like, yeah, no, and there's places I'll call it out by name. I've used to write for the Sin Bin. It does that where everyone promotes the stuff from within, and it's like. That's you know, God bless him for wanting to promote stuff, but that's a cult mentality.
Yeah. Well, I you know, too though. I mean, if you're trying to
follow like 7 of them.
Yeah. Well, if you're trying to, and also if you're working for a startup like I currently am with Featured, I mean, you know, I'm promoting the works of guys like Bob Duff and Adam Prudeau, and you know, because first of all, I've followed their work for years and I like it, but also it's like. Yeah, we're trying to build this thing up a bit here too, because like to keep this thing going for a while because it's another means of employment for me. So, you know, but you know, and you know, truth be told, I mean, I did apply to the Athletic back when the Hockey News let me go, but unfortunately they've got enough rumor people. You know, when you got Pierre LeBrun, you know.
Yeah, it's
contributed.
pretty much over.
Yeah, I mean, I understood that immediately. It was just like, oh no, hey, listen, no harm, no foul there. Pierre's, among the best of the best. So yeah.
Hey, Johnny, did you know there was an Athletic Baltimore? Because I didn't.
It just
must have
started
up, did it?
Yeah.
within the past week.
Yeah,
I showed up on my Facebook actually that there was an Athletic Baltimore.
Dan Connolly, a former Baltimore Sun. Jason Stark. Ken Rosenthal also. All these guys used to write for the Baltimore Sun.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
but
amazing.
it's all that's cool and all, but it's all Orioles and Ravens.
Yeah. Well, what else is there?
Yeah. Yeah. You're not going to get any Capitals coverage.
You're not gonna get any
There's no other coverage.
Yeah.
It's all literally the same people that wrote for the Orioles and the Ravens. So.
Which God bless them. They'll get it just for that.
Mm.
Because Dan Connolly's gone. Why the fuck would you want to read the Sun sports page anymore?
Anyway. Can't even tell. I think the last time I read the Sun was like 1996.
Nice.
That was because I was in it for high school wrestling.
I was gonna say, were you reading your own clippings?
Actually, so the irony of it, right, is like I think a couple of weeks ago you said that you guys got you guys got a thing for the archives of the Baltimore Sun, like a subscription.
Oh, that was a couple months ago. Yeah.
Yeah. There's probably a bunch of articles about me.
Oh, I'm sure. If I look up
high school
Batanzo, I can be like, oh, look, it's the jump. I can send it to Leahy and say which Batanzo is it. He wouldn't be able to guess.
No, like if you found a picture of me in high school, it could be Hudson for all I know. Our heads are probably the same size. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's got a massive dome. That's what I'm saying.
The question is now, Lyle, ebbs and flows of hockey reporting. What's the obviously hockey podcasts have been a thing, but it depends on how often. Because I know I have very few time where I want to sit down and intensely listen to a podcast rather than
But
just
it's
have
also only the popular ones.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only like a handful there that I listen to, and I usually have them on kind of as background while I'm working. I mean, I am listening, and sometimes things will catch my ear. Oh yeah, and make me stop and think. But like Puck Soup or the Soderstrom Bubble, and not a cheap plug at all there, but seriously, but I have it on, but it's usually background, usually on Sundays for me. I don't know why, I just find that Sunday's my time to listen to things, like to listen to podcasts like Puck Soup and Soderstrom Bubble and Larry Wilmore's Black on the Air, which isn't sports, but but it's still terrific stuff. I just like listening to those while I'm writing. That's where I get the time, because during the week I don't have the time, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's for me it's more Friday nights seem to be the thing.
Everybody's got kind of like their time that they can sit down and do that.
And essentially I only listen to 2 podcasts. It's Puck Soup, which is now just on Patreon for now for the $5 footlongs. Man, that's what damn it, they should call the summer stuff the $5 footlongs.
$5 footlong.
And it's a penis joke too.
Works on so many levels.
And then Be More Opinionated, the a Baltimore podcast with Jason Lockenfor of CBS Sports and longtime personality Jerry Coleman from the Baltimore area, and they just talk Baltimore sports and Baltimore area sports.
But that's a good time. But that's something that's because that's for you a taste of home.
Yeah, bitching about the Orioles. That's been
that's what it is. Yeah, exactly.
And the weather.
Sure.
And the weather, yes.
Sure. I mean,
and the bad accents.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I had dinner with relatives last night. Oh boy, is that so Baltimore? Like you could
you could taste the crab cakes and the burger cookies all night long.
You could. Well, no, they were traveling, so they came up. They weren't lost. That'd be a hell of a way to get lost.
If you take $6.95 the wrong way.
That's true.
Can I just say it's been 2 years since I first had those burger cookies, and I would kill to get some right now. I love those. I want to get some so I can share them with my family and show them. Look how awesome these fucking cookies are.
Actually, you can mail them, right, Scotty? I mean, they get a little melted, but they end up like so. I've flown with burger cookies before. I've taken them to California for a friend's wedding, And by the time I got off the plane, it was more like a burger cake and not so much a burger.
Well, I
And
mean,
they kind of like all of the chocolate kind of melts at some point, and then they just become one big conglomerate.
but I wonder if you ship them in midwinter though, would that help? That should
Yeah,
help.
no, that'd be fine. That'd be fine.
Yeah, that might work.
Here's the problem.
You have to email me your address. I'll send you
Yeah,
some.
Here's the
Oh,
thing.
you are the man. Let me know how much it costs. I'll
Here's
pick
the
up
thing,
the
and
cost.
this is just me. They have a warning on their website, a heat warning. Due
Yeah.
to the nature of the product, shipping during warm weather or to warm climate may cause melting and affect the received condition of cakes and cookies.
So like a Christmas time January thing, I think, Johnny. That's what we'd have to look at.
What's
doing.
amazing is like I could go and buy them at my Giant, and they're like $5 or whatever for that box that I brought to Buffalo. If I sent you like 4 boxes of them, they would last you like a month.
Oh, I know.
Because
even with me and my wife and my son,
You
who's
could-
now moved home, it would take us a long time to get through those.
I mean,
remember
you've
just-
been there. You could only eat
Oh.
like 1.5 at a time.
Oh,
And then
oh.
after that, you're like, all right, I don't have to eat dinner.
Dude,
Like,
well,
this is
that's what
amazing.
happened. I mean, Jesus. Well, you warned. Well, thankfully, you warned me. You said, no, don't eat them yet, Lau. Wait until after we come back from lunch, because if you eat it now, trust me, you won't have enough room. I was like, oh yeah, okay, fine, sure, okay. And then I had that one, and I was like, okay, I need a nap. See you guys in about
It's like
an hour. Like,
Their
holy
slogan
crap.
should be "It's a cake and a cookie."
Oh, it is, and they're
Johnny,
fantastic.
did you know that they sell half cakes?
Yes, I did actually. And the reason, wow.
Burger
that
cookie
is a
fudge layered
fucking
between
half.
freshly baked pound cakes.
Oh,
You
Ooh.
so speaking of also randomness, do you know that I believe it was Duclaw
Full
that came
tilt.
out with a beer that has the burger cookie taste, like the chocolate burger cookie.
It was the Full Tilt Brewery, because I got
Yeah.
a 4-pack, and it was the Burger Cookie Chocolate Stout.
Yep.
I had it, and it was very chocolatey, and it was very heavy.
Yes.
So it was like a burger cookie.
Like a
So it was
burger-
effectively a burger cookie in
And-
liquid
and,
form.
and that's something else too. I mean, burger cookies. Yeah, we could work out the shippage of that. I really wish that you could ship me some of that wonderful IPA that you brought up too to Buffalo, because I felt
right.
I'm not a big fan. Like honestly, I'm not a big fan of IPA. I love craft beer. I do. IPAs, I could kind of take them or leave them, but those were fantastic.
Well,
know.
I feel like we should meet in like Maine.
Yeah,
Because
we'll go to
so
the
like
border.
no, I'm not even joking right now. I'm just gonna throw this out real quick before we continue down the path. I don't even listen to hockey podcasts. I listen to soccer podcasts
Yeah.
and some cycling. I listen to Lance Armstrong's podcast only because it actually paints him as being a human being, and it's like pretty cool. His Forward podcast, he has a great podcast with Bo Jackson. If you want to listen to that, go check it out. I still have 2 cases of beer from Duclaw in my house that have been unopened, not counting the 4 different cases of beer that I have in this fridge and whatever beer I have in the fridge above. And all of it was free
Oh.
because I know somebody that works at Duclaw. We literally show up. We go there for our EPL fantasy draft. We show up and he goes, "Do you guys see those?" And we're like, "Yeah, those pallets over there." And they're like, "Yeah, that's all the beer that we had to pull off the shelf because its sell-by date is within the next like 6 months." He goes, "Take whatever you want."
Wow.
I came
Oh,
home with
man.
12 cases of beer
Oh,
the last time that I went.
Oh man.
So let's be completely honest here. If you want anything from Duclaw, I can show up in Maine with all of it. Now you have to figure out how to get it back over the.
I'd have to figure out how to get it back. Yeah,
Canadian
I'll have to
Because
look
you can
into
only
that.
take 1 case over the Canadian border, right?
I think it's 12, 300, 355 milliliters, 12 cans.
12. I think it's only 1 case I'm allowed to take. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I could give you 12
declare.
different
Wink,
beers
wink. Yeah.
probably.
Yes. Do you have anything to declare, sir? Yes, it's wonderful to be back in Canada. Sir, open the trunk, please.
Sir, please open the trunk.
Sir.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
think
please.
that I could bring as much there, but I could definitely give you 12 different beers, and then you could be like, "I like this one,"
That would
Okay,
work.
yeah.
That would work too.
and then I could bring you 12 of them, wherever we are next time. Or if you're in the United States for more than like a day, I could bring a whole case of those. And
I
then you could
still
drink
listen.
like, most of them and then take 12 back with you.
I still want sometime, and I don't know when we'll be able to swing this, but sometime in the next 2 to 3 years or something like that, we got to all get together, and you're all stamping around there, because I've never been to Maryland / Washington / that whole area.
The Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, I've never been to the the Mid-Atlantic. I've not been to the Mid-Atlantic.
I have a feeling that Lyle is he's history. I feel like the Antietam battlefields and the like Gettysburg, and that would be like right up his alley.
Oh, you know me very well, sir. Yeah, absolutely. That would, See, this is where I have to
literally
make it
all of that is within like an hour and a half from my house.
Oh man, like we'd have to do this for a week, and we'd have to do bowling.
Well,
it has to be bowling.
Lyle, you must do duck pin.
Oh, of course.
You have to duck pin.
Yeah.
Because that is where it is at.
By
by
the
the way,
make it happen.
I have found minor league Oyos out the asshole on these minor league team sites. I very well could go bankrupt.
Oh my!
So like I was going on this, so me talking for a really long time is just giving Scotty more time.
He's just like, these guys are just trying to arrange how they're going to smuggle shit across the border. I'll go.
I have 77 pages of Oyos for all generations. I already have the Lehigh Valley Phantoms in my thing, along with a die-cast car. Shut up, it's NASCAR. I found the Charlotte Checkers with not only Chubby Checker, but also the player version. I have lost my mind, ladies and gentlemen. I think that,
but in a good way.
Yeah, no. This is my midlife
There's worse
crisis.
things you could be spending your money on, sir.
But also better, like hookers and blow. But
I'm spending my midlife crisis money this Friday.
You're getting a new car. A brand new car!
A new car!
I, for one, welcome your new car. Like I said, should have taken
Phil's, I think he's 6 now? 5 or 6 year old. Don't remember exactly, to be honest. His 5 or 6 year old has determined that my new car is Uncle Johnny's sports car.
Nice.
Or race car. Sorry, Uncle Johnny's race car.
Perfect. There you go. AJ has brought us in too. I don't know if we talked about that, but he commented about the Florida Panthers only having one beat writer left and everything else. And and Florida's a tough sell too. But I mean, and you would think that the fact that newspapers are a thing down there, why would you not have a beat writer or 6?
Cost. It's all cost.
I know it's cost.
I know all cost cutting. That's why we're seeing. I mean, throughout the industry, but some much more than others. I mean, let's face it. In Florida, the Panthers are just an afterthought for coverage.
Oh yeah,
they're going to devote more resources to football and basketball and baseball and hockey. Well, we got one guy that they don't even go on the road. When there's road news, it comes in via the AP wire. It's only just home coverage. So, not good.
It's not great.
No. Well, as I said, I mean,
AJ's only here for one reason, right?
AJ is here for one reason.
Yeah,
and it's already 8:45.
I know.
It's time. It's time.
Real quick though, Lyle, just little hot shots. Marc-Andre Fleury 3-year deal. Good, bad, and different.
Ordinarily, I'd say it's kind of risky for a goaltender who's into his mid-30s, and that deal doesn't start until the end of next season when he'll be, I believe, 34, I believe. So that'll carry him to 37. But hey, the guy is the face of their franchise right now. So, and he did carry them to the Stanley Cup final. So not that crazy about the money. I think the money's a bit high, but the terms reasonable. So.
Connor Hellebuck's 6-year deal.
No surprise there.
No, long-term deal.
Yep. That makes him the 4th highest paid goaltender in the NHL. He was a Vezina Trophy finalist last year, so you knew he was going to get paid.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about your thoughts? Ilya Kovalchuk says he has 3 to 4 good years left. Does he turn in a Jágr-esque performance?
Well, saying it's one thing, you got to do it. You know, you've got to be able to go out and prove it. You know.
Yeah.
I caught some of his workout video. Hey, it's quite impressive, but let's see how that translates into his play on the ice.
Yeah. Absolutely correct, sir. All right. So
the Tay sensation is sweeping the nation.
ladies and gentlemen, sweeping it in a big way. I actually have to find a thing here. So we might take a little bit for this Tay sensation to sweep the nation. But it's haha, fuck you. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I love games. Oh God, now see the problem. I will say this. The fact of the matter is that what I was trying to do here is find something just ready to go, just boom, boom. Here we are. No, I can't find the goddamn thing, because I looked too late because I didn't remember where the hell the time was. I'm like, oh no.
Are you gonna make us name first generation Oyos?
Oh Christ,
Johnny, you got me.
Christ.
That's the problem.
I can't. Oh, I'm tapping immediately.
Well, no, because Lyle, it's a PDF form. I can't figure that one out.
It's really hard to search on them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm trying to figure something. I'm trying to find out here. Jesus Christ, on a boy. Can you figure out what's going on here, internet?
Come on,
internet.
interwebs.
Oh, internet, you are the worst.
AJ, I emailed you back.
All right, cool. There we go. We got ourselves a.
I have AJ's email.
Yeah,
So we have a
Hell
fifth
yeah.
person
Hell
for game
yeah.
show night. Well, let's be honest. We have a fourth person for game show night because Mark's gonna probably stop in and then leave like 25 minutes later.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you got a kid. Got a kid. What can you do, right?
Yeah, that's one of the problems with having children.
No, I know, right? Therein lies the hook. Where is the game file? Let me see.
It brings you back.
I'll bring you back. What year was this?
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. It's just
No, that's fine.
I
don't
figured it
think
was
it's-
time
It was, but I was definitely not ready.
because you were looking at Oyos for the past
and I wasn't even fucking thinking about it, to be quite honest with you. I completely
minor
forgot.
league Oyos.
Now, here we go, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
mean, all right.
All right. So, in honor of Ray Emery, this is why I couldn't find it because I didn't know where to look on Hockey Reference for this. His first game
Ooh.
was
Oh.
January 8th, 2003 against the Vancouver Canucks.
Ooh.
He came in relief of another goaltender, made 4 saves through his 9 minutes and 46 seconds as his first taste of NHL action.
And this is what year?
This is 2003.
Wow.
You have 18 skaters and a goalie. I'm taking Ray Emery out of the equation.
Of
for
course.
for the Senators, you have 18 skaters and a goalie for the Vancouver Canucks. Ladies and gentlemen,
2003, eh?
2003. We'll start off with Johnny P.
Daniel Alfredson.
Oh, on the board, Daniel Alfredson. Nice little layup there. Lyle.
Sorry, I was just closing out Twitter here.
Yeah.
Okay, 2003 Canucks and Senators. All right.
sir.
Well, I'll leave. Listen, I'm gonna focus on the Canucks here since Johnny's on the Senators wagon here.
No, that's the only
Canucks. I'm going to say Todd Bertuzzi.
Do the Todd Bertuzzi. He's on the board. Had an assist in this game.
one. Wow.
Johnny P.
Jeff Sanderson.
Sorry, incorrect.
Ah.
Fuck you. Lyle.
Okay, I'm going to stick with the Canucks, and I'm going to say Marcus Naslund.
Marcus Naslund on the board, of course. Had 2 goals this game and a -1.
Okay,
Sounds
2
about
goals
right.
and a -1. Yowza.
I will say this, Johnny. If you remember anything of last week's episode, it's kind of that kind of thing for the Ottawa Senators.
I know. That's what I'm trying to go with. Like, that's it. Like, Wade Redden.
Wade Redden on the board. There he is. I love
There
it.
he
There
is.
he is.
Now
I
you're
love
in
it. There
He's
he
in his
is.
wheelhouse
He
now.
started it now.
He's
No,
in the wheelhouse
not really.
now.
that pure
No,
Patanjali.
I'm literally. See, this is the bad part, right? Is like everybody's like, "Oh, if you can remember what we did last week," and I'm like, ha,
No.
fuck you! I don't know what I did this morning. Like my
Uh.
brain is like a computer. It effectively backs up for the last 8 hours, and outside of that, it remembers like pretty cool events, and then it's like, well, the rest of it, well, I'll fend for myself.
Listen, my hard drive is not much different than yours. It has a finite amount of space, and it just starts dumping shit it don't need anymore. So, but for some reason, though, as I said, I did remember those Canucks because they were pretty good team then, pretty good. I'm gonna say Brendan Morrison.
On the board, Brendan Morrison.
Yes, part of that line.
Yep,
that big line.
Yep.
To Johnny P.
I'm gonna go with who did I say last week? Chris Kelly.
Ooh, good one.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Chris Kelly. A little early for Chris Kelly, I believe.
Oh.
2003.
Trying to think about last week.
Or he was on Binghamton.
Probably Binghamton.
Is that Chris Kelly? Nope. I don't want to know about the rapper Chris Mac Daddy. Wow, the Mac Daddy makes you jump was named Chris Kelly. How about that?
Really?
Yeah. The Mac Daddy.
Well then. 2002-03, he was in Binghamton.
Was he part of Chris Cross?
Yes,
Yes.
he was.
Yes, he was.
And of course the other one was the Daddy Mac.
Yeah.
Make you jump.
Okay, which one has since passed away?
I think it's Chris Kelly who passed away.
Yep.
The Mac Daddy.
The Mac Daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy Mac.
The Daddy Mac. He'll still make you jump.
Yeah, he'll still make you jump. All right, Lyle.
Okay. Again, I'm going to stick with the Canucks, and I'm going to say Daniel Sedin.
He's on the board, Daniel Sedin.
Oh.
Johnny.
Hey, no fair. You got to stick with the Senators.
Those were the first two that I thought of, and I was like, I don't remember if they were playing for the Canucks yet.
Go ahead, do it,
All
man.
right. Then I'm gonna go with Dan Cloutier.
Hey,
Oh, nice.
on the board. Love it.
Yes, sir. Nice
Got it.
one. Nice one. You didn't go for the one I thought for sure you were going to grab.
Yeah.
Okay. I already said Daniel Sedin,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes, you did.
Okay. I got to go for the easy layup and say Henrik Sedin.
Sure. Okay. Hendrick on the board.
Oh,
Back to
see,
Johnny.
that would have worked way better had you said Henrik first.
But
thought
I
you said
liked,
Henrik first.
I was so sure you were going to say Henrik, so I love the fact that you grabbed Dan Cloutier because I couldn't
Right.
remember who the goalie was. So well done.
Yeah.
Good work,
Yeah,
sir.
that's what I go
Nice
with
one.
goalies normally.
that is your strength, actually, is the
It is.
goalies. Yeah,
It's weird, right? It's weird how people gravitate toward things.
You
and
do,
like
like-
goalies when we were kids. That's I always loved all the goalies.
Well,
I don't
because
know why.
they were different. They were different from anyone else and had the flashy damn thing.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you were our big winner there when we did that. Trying to pick what was it? How many goalies the Flyers
three
had that
goalies
one
the Flyers goalie
and the Leland Irving pick.
Yes.
and
yeah.
Leland Irving.
The
He
Leland
was a goalie
Irving.
also.
Yeah. That's still your go-to when you're stuck.
I
But
mean-
let's face it, the one time though when you did pull that
Nobody
out, that
loves a
that was
goalie.
awesome. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's Johnny's turn. I think.
So I think
now.
I'm back up.
Yeah.
So I'll use Mark's pick real quick and Alexei Zhitnik.
Sorry, no Alexei
Uh,
Zhitnik. You're
All
close.
right. So who can I go with? Chris Neal.
Chris Neal on the board.
Yes, sir.
2 assists in that game for Chris Neal.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow. Okay. I gotta go with Jovo Cop, Ed Jovanovski.
Nice.
Oh, Lyle.
What?
So sorry, Lyle.
What?
Fuck you, Lyle.
Oh, he didn't play that game?
He did not play that game.
Oh, he was on the roster, but
he was injured.
That's a technicality.
That's a technicality.
Yeah.
but
No, that's fair.
Technicalities work.
That's fair.
Technicalities work.
That's fair. Damn, I was doing so well.
You were doing well, and I love the fact that it was a cocksured thing, and then it just went down in flames. Went down
In
terrible flames.
In flames.
So no Jovo Cup. Johnny.
I'm gonna say something that may be weird because I don't remember, to be honest. But I'm gonna throw out Zdeno Chara.
On the board, Zdeno Chara.
Yes. Weird about that. Yep. The
Yep,
big
that
man
was
with Senators.
a few years before.
See, I
the
don't
inevitable
remember.
demise.
So here's the weird part: is I don't remember the years that Zdeno Chara played on the Senators.
That's
Like
fine.
I remember him being an
God,
Islander, and I remember him being on the Bruins. Between part, I don't remember what years
he
they
was.
were.
He was with the Sens for what, 5, 6 seasons?
6 years, yeah, I think.
Yeah,
It's so
but he's been a
it's
Bruin the
random.
longest now. Yeah, I mean, he's been with the Bruins so long, you almost forget that he was a Senator.
Yeah.
Okay. Sticking with Canucks defenseman. Canucks had a good team that year. Matthias Oland.
On the board, Matthias Oland.
Wow,
They had a good team that year. That's why I remember
they
them.
did have a good
They did.
year.
They were undone, sadly, of all things, by goaltending, and that was Kluche.
Yep.
He's a good regular season goalie, but he had his troubles in the playoffs.
Janape.
So I can't say the starting goalie for the Senators, right?
You can.
You can't.
So there's 19 players that are technically.
Well, 18, I said 18 and a goalie because Ray Emery were taking him out of the equation. He played not the last
Oh.
of the game.
Yeah. So he obviously had a backup.
All right. I don't think it was this one, but I think it's the same initials. God,
Just say it.
my memory falls. Patrick Lalime.
On the board, Patrick.
Yes,
Lalime.
sir. Yes.
Wow. All right.
I wasn't sure if he was with them there. I couldn't remember if he was.
Gave
still-
up 6 goals on 25 shots in pure
Ew.
Patrick Lalime
Sounds about
fashion.
right.
Yeah. Yep.
But he had Marvin the Martian on his helmet.
Yeah, he did have Margaret the Martian. That was pretty good.
Yep. I'm sticking with Canucks defense again, and I'm going to say Sammy Salo.
3 assists for Sammy Salo this game. Good call. Johnny B.
Wow, that Canucks team was really
They
good.
were really good. Yes.
It's Detroit in the playoffs, right?
Yeah,
On the way
and, that's-
through.
and they were up 2-0, and then Nick Lidstrom scored from the red line. It
from
was
center
done.
ice, and that's when the whole house of cards collapsed. Yep.
Oh. Yeah. No.
Michael
See,
Collins.
this is when I start falling apart.
Yeah, I want to say this. Michael Collins of ESPN looks like Uncle Phil.
God, I love Uncle Phil. It's a quick
Looks like Uncle
aside
Phil.
because my brain right now doesn't work as well as it
Sure.
does at some points. The thing that you put up this week on Facebook about who would win a fight, Uncle
Yeah.
Phil wins hands down.
Oh,
There's zero chance that anybody else in that group of 4 beats Uncle Phil.
In a weapons match, maybe Tim Allen, but even then,
But
Even
only
then.
because he had all the tools.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Uncle Phil, how many times did Uncle Phil throw Will Smith out of a house?
Exactly.
DJ Jazzy Jeff, sir, get it right.
But he also threw it.
A couple times, but it was mostly DJ, and you knew he was getting thrown out.
too.
Yeah, you knew when he was getting thrown out because he wore the same shirt because they didn't have the money
Yeah.
to keep doing it over and over again. Exactly.
But no, you're right though. I mean, yeah, Tim Allen would have an advantage because he has the tools. But if he had to go mano a mano and throw down with Uncle Phil is whooping his ass.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anyway,
Sorry, that was a quick
Whose
aside.
turn is it now?
that's still
I'm still
Johnny's.
thinking.
Okay.
Johnny's still thinking.
I already named both goalies.
Yeah,
so-
you're
yeah.
good. Johnny's made
screwed.
his. Yeah.
Okay.
No, probably not. God, Senators.
All right, Johnny.
So this is the part of the show where all I have is a bunch of dead airspace. And I try to figure
Johnny, it's fine.
No
It's
ads.
fine. Take
all the time you need.
take
man.
all the time you need. You got 10 seconds.
Oh, we have so AJ threw one in real quick.
Okay.
He says Chris Phillips.
On the board, Chris
Ooh,
Phillips.
yeah.
Obviously, getting back
Nice.
that Cal Ripken-like streak.
There you go.
There you
He's
go.
starting it back up because he's going to be on the show in 2 weeks.
He's got to get it warm.
God. Danny Heatley.
Oh, sorry. A couple years before.
Yeah, he was still with the Thrashers then. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, because it's a good
Least
thing
I
you
gave
took all
somebody
that.
who plays for the Senators.
It's a good thing you took all that time, Johnny, because I'm sitting here trying to think of Canucks now, and all of a sudden I've just hit a wall. So I'm gonna jump over to your,
Jacoby Bullen.
I'm gonna jump over to
Nice.
I'm gonna jump over to your Senators since you stole Kluche, which I wouldn't have gotten anyway, so don't consider that stealing.
All right, there you go.
Marian Hossa.
On the board, Marian Hossa.
Damn it.
Yeah. he was still a
Lyle,
Senator.
will you allow me to give Johnny a hint? of a Senator
Absolutely.
player?
Do it, man.
Johnny, strongest man in
Yeah.
the world. Hockey's world's strongest man.
Magnus Magnuson.
Close. We're getting there. We got the first one.
Oh, come on.
Think Buchagras.
Oh, Magnus Arvidsson.
There it is.
There he is.
Lord.
Nice.
And the sad part, right, is that you say strongest man in the world, and I know for a fact that it's Magnus Magnuson.
Yep. And this was Magnus for Arvidsson. To Lyle.
Wow.
Lyle, can I give you
That
a
was
hint?
like so that was
You want to give? You're gonna give.
ESPN for
I'll take a hint since you gave Johnny a hint. I'll take a hint.
All right. I will give you a hint on a. I'll give you a hint on a senator.
Okay.
Shot blocker, defenseman, has initials.
I know it.
Shut up! Shut up! Just shut up!
I know it.
Shut up! I know this. I know this.
I get 2 points if I steal.
Volchenkov?
I need a first name.
Anton
Volchenkov. The mark with the C
This is
bonus.
actually so much more. This is
Oh.
so much more fun with hits.
I was so afraid Johnny was gonna steal as soon as he said, "Oh!" I'm like, "Shut up! Shut up! I know this."
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not a dick.
No, I know, no, but I meant like you get so excited, and I was like, and it was like, I know this. Oh shit, it's going out of my head. What is it? What is it?
Shot blocker. He has a
Oh, because I knew it initially. I was just okay. It's Volchenkov, and Johnny going like, "Oh, I know." And it's like, oh shit, I'm trying to like putting pressure
so
on
good.
myself because the other person's going, "Oh, I know this."
All right, Johnny, I'm going to give you a hint. A woman might wear this to the bedroom to turn you on. A woman might wear this to the bedroom to turn you on.
This is about to become too much information that we need to know.
Wow.
A woman
I don't
might wear
know
this to the bedroom.
I don't know if this is indicative of the last time that a woman has worn something to the bedroom to turn me on, or if I just don't know the hockey player.
Probably both. Actually, this might be the new game. I pick a player and describe him.
I think that's another game. Yeah,
it's another game for August 1st.
Yes.
This is actually haha fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, Lyle, do you want to
I don't know that
steal?
one.
This will be our last one because we are overtime right now. A woman might wear this in the bedroom to turn you on.
To turn you on. Do I get to know what team?
For Ottawa.
Oh shit! A woman might wear this to the bedroom to turn you on.
Chris Beach?
Close. No. Close.
So she came in wearing Chris Beach. What could I say? I was on fire.
She was covered in sand, much like the quicksand the Senators had to deal with. Patrick Lalane.
A woman might wear this
in the bedroom.
In the
to turn
bedroom
you on.
to turn you on.
So I'm gonna give my thoughts out and see if it helps Lyle. The only thing I could think of was lingerie, but I couldn't think of somebody close to that.
No, that's. I am really trying here, and I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
She might be wearing a Shane nightie. A Shane nightie.
Oh,
that's good. That's good.
That is good. That is good.
That's
All right,
good.
so the
I've never
roster-
seen a girl wearing a nightie to turn me on, though.
Well, you know, it is what it is. It's the 1950s. Haha, fuck you. It's just like it's like fucking it's like match game.
It is.
All right, so
hockey's version of match game. We definitely have to do that game.
Oh,
someday.
for sure.
Absolutely.
Ottawa Senators. We said Alfredson. We said Arvidsson. We didn't say Reddick Bunk. Didn't say.
Oh.
Didn't say Chara. Didn't say Mike Fisher.
Oh my
God. I said Chara.
Yeah,
I know you said Chara. You didn't say Mike Fisher.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
You didn't say Marty Havlat.
Oh.
I gave you Nighty. I gave you. You gave me Hossa. Steve Martins. He's a wild and crazy guy. I should have used that one.
Yeah.
So if you would have done that, I would have known exactly.
Mentioned Chris Neal. Mentioned Chris Phillips. We didn't mention Carl Rakunik. Wade Redden was there.
Who did mention
You did mention Wade Redden. Yeah.
Yeah, Redden was there. We didn't mention Peter Schaefer. We didn't mention Peter Shaslivy. Didn't mention Sean Van Allen.
For good reason for all of us.
Anton Volchenkov was there.
Yep.
And Todd White. Also Todd White.
Todd White.
For the Canucks, Brian Allen was not mentioned. Murray Barron was not mentioned. Lyle gave me Bertuzzi. Artem Chabarov was not mentioned. Matt Cook. Trent Klatt.
Oh.
Trevor Latowski. Trevor Linden.
Oh, I couldn't remember if he was back with them or not by that point.
Matt Lindgren. Merrick Malik. Morrison Naslin. Matthias Olin was given. Yarko Ruutu was on this team.
Wow.
You mentioned Salo, the Sundins, and Brent Sopel was also the last one on that list.
That was a really good team.
It was. That's why, like I said, I remembered them so many of them because they were, for me, they were like one of the biggest disappointments of the 03 playoffs because they just had so much talent, but just
they're like hipster Capitals.
Yeah, they kind of were.
Yeah, that I would go along with that. Yep.
All right. Well, we've done it, guys. We've done this. Lyle, you are not here next week, correct?
Hang on. No, I am here. It's not going to be.
It's not here August
15th. The August 15th show. I won't be here for that because I'll be in Edmonton for my nephew's wedding.
So how in the hell does my brain remember that?
I don't know,
but doesn't remember some of the stuff that it forgets.
I know Peter.
This is why I'm the producer to the stars.
How did you forget Peter Sheslivy? Right.
I know. Yeah.
No, that was a good time. So, yep, Lyle, we got 2 weeks until. And here's the funny thing about this. I didn't tell you guys this at the beginning of the show. I'm going to be coming back from St. Louis that Wednesday because I'm doing yeah, exactly. I'm on a business trip.
Business.
For work. So they're sending me to St. Louis for work. So I'm going to be. I think nice. I come back that Tuesday night. So it's going to be a holler of a shoot. Thank God I don't have to do it right now.
Lyle, for game show night, we're each picking a team.
Okay.
And hosting our own part of the show.
Yeah. So I can get in.
So think of your team. And then Scotty is able to get in on it too, so he doesn't have to host the whole thing.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, that
much
works.
So the four of us.
And that one's the full.
Me, Mark, Scotty.
And that's a full 2 hour.
Teams.
That's a full 2 hour.
That's a full 2 hour.
What's the date on that one?
Half an hour show top on each one.
August 1.
August the 1st is the 2 hour. Sensational. Oui.
So pick your favorite team. Pick the team that had the least amount of people that anybody remembers.
Pick 1944 Montreal Canadiens.
I was going to say, Lyle's going to pick the 1974 Canadiens when they played the Kansas City Scouts. Go.
Pick a team when you were alive.
No. Honestly.
Pick a team when we were all alive.
Exactly. I will pick a team. I will make sure that the team is not a team that played before 1990. That is my pledge to you. That's fair.
I think that's fair for everybody.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think that's a good rule.
That no,
I
that is
think-
because being the because I
think I'm
acknowledge
gonna-
being the
I
oldest
think I'm
guy
gonna
on the
keep
show.
my
Yes, I
favorite
could whip out because being the oldest guy on the show, I could say, okay, name the lineup for the 1979 Game 7 Stanley Cup semifinal, Montreal Canadiens, Boston Bruins. Go. You know, and
But let's be honest, Lyle. We've seen it at least 14 times on the NHL Network. So
yes, yeah, but are you going to remember everybody on the roster? No. So,
It's true. Again, another true.
there you go. So
all right, so we'll put that stipulation. I'll send an email out at some point that reminds
yeah,
people.
just as a
to-
reminder, and yeah,
And you know what?
it could be Montreal Canadiens,
Let's-
or I could mix it up. I could.
Let's put this out here now to the listening public. We will do a get in on it.
Yeah,
Johnny,
pick a
when
team.
will this show get up on
I'm-
Thursday or Friday?
Well, so I this show
Yeah.
it'll be up tomorrow. It should
Okay,
be up.
Thursday.
I have a happy hour thing tomorrow night, but probably tomorrow and or Friday morning.
Friday morning. Okay. Let's give it out to the public.
Yeah,
If you want to be on the show, faceoffhockeyshow@gmail.com.
We've already got one person.
We got one
Yep,
person
We
in.
can
We're
only
looking for
take
three
we
more.
Can only take 3 more, unless we get some other people that we know, like Cole McClure and Sean Leahy.
We'll take
And
it out
then
to
it
our
only leaves us one more spot. So
we'll put it to our fans, and then what we'll do if we have more than 3 people, we'll do a little raffle thing, and then we'll pick names at there, and you'll be notified next.
Yeah.
We'll do it live on air next week, and then that gives you a week to prepare for the game show Wednesday edition of Face Off Hockey Show. I'm loving it. The
Oh,
fact
I'm
that
looking
now
forward to this.
we're doing the haha fuck you. We're doing the match games
Yes,
of the roster match game.
I love that.
I think that's going to be great. I think that we're gonna have a fun time. Game show Wednesday, August 1st, live on YouTube. Don't you dare miss it.
and we encourage you to drink.
Absolutely. I'll be drunk on Missouri barbecue, so I'll be good to go there.
No, I meant to stay well hydrated. These things go a long time.
yeah,
I
no,
wasn't
because-
talking alcohol. What the hell, Scotty?
Well,
Jeez, we
I
talked
was
about
talking.
this.
I was talking barbecue.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, my
Drink
bad.
the barbecue sauce.
Drink the barbecue sauce.
Consume barbecue sauce. All right.
barbecue
Lyle-
sauce.
By the way, do you know that Applebee's has like that's Chili's, I know. Applebee's has like all you can eat chicken fingers and riblets. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like I would eat them at a house and home.
Wow.
It becomes a Homer Simpson situation where I sue them because it wasn't all you can eat.
Does that look
No,
like
you'd
a
be-
man who's had all he can eat?
No. You've been here 4 hours. You go home now.
Not dry cleaning place. I have your shirt done 3 days. Oh God.
Oh my.
All right, Lyle, it's been real
All right.
fun. It's been real fun.
As always, guys.
We will talk to you in 7 days' time, sir.
Will do. Y'all enjoy the summer.
You too, buddy.
Talk to you next week.
There he goes. Law Richardson,
Appreciate
SpectorsHockey.net and at Spectors Hockey on Twitter. You can find all his stuff there. Like you said, faceoffhockeyshow@gmail.com if you want to be on Game Show Wednesday, August 1st. If we have more than you know what we should do? If
we have 3 additional spots.
we have 3 open spots. And
Because we already have one ringer, and half of the reason he's on the show is to make sure he's not cheating while we're doing the show.
right, exactly. I trust AJ.
Because we can watch him, because I can see everything that goes on.
I see you. I see you.
I know he's not cheating, but
I
I,
know.
just want to
Just to confirm.
He's our boy. Like, he needs to come on.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Shout outs. Johnny.
yeah,
FaceOffHockeyShow@gmail.com if you want to get on Game Show Wednesday. Johnny, shout outs.
I have a shout out to all the people that would like to do. I'm not normally this popular, so got that going for me. Shout out, thank you for listening to the show. 30,000 plus listeners since we got onto Blog Talk Radio a year ago. It will technically be a year next week, so it may be a little more than that, but We still have 30,000 listeners a year, which is pretty freaking cool that you guys listen to our show. So thank you for listening. And yeah. Shout out to Scotty for sending me a link so that I can buy MLS Oyos.
There you go. Your Ben Olsen is on. I'm just waiting for it.
It's almost on order already.
I know. Trust me. I got 3 Oyos on order from minor league teams. So yeah, I got to get my card, my debit card. So we'll see how that goes. Shout out to Oyo, love it. Shout out to starting lineups because awesome. Shout out to Little Sports Brats because might as well make the trifecta of old figurines. Shout out to McFarlane figures, but not a diss to the import dragons because those figures looks like hot garbage. But whatever. That's it. I think that's all. Shout out to my work for sending me on a work business and also sending me $100 gift card for all the hard work I've done through the year. So that's cool. They take care of you at the hospital industry. Let me tell you that. So that's it. That's all for Jenny P. Partially Mark with a C. I'm Scotty Wallace. Take care of yourself and someone else. This has been Face Off Hockey Show and faceoffhockeyshow.com, which I don't know if it's a Blog Talk Radio anymore. Have we talked to Sean about that?
No, it's not yet. He hasn't come back. Yeah, he hasn't answered anything that I sent him for
shocking. Shout out Dirt Truck Racing. That's going on tonight in Eldora Speedway, so I'll go watch that now. Yeah, that's it. That's all. Take care of yourself and someone else. Like I said, Face Off Hockey Show, Blog Talk Radio /.com/FOHS Radio, Facebook.com/FOHS Radio. I almost want to change the Twitter to FOHS Radio now, just because I think we might
do it.
Yeah, I'll just exactly. I'll be like Nike and just do it. So in a couple minutes here, it'll be Face Off Hockey Show FOHS Radio. We'll do it that way. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We appreciate your business. We appreciate you. We appreciate our patrons as well. Patreon.com/Faceoff Hockey Show. You can be like all our cool friends, like Sean and Brian and Angela and Puck Follower or P Follower or P Diddy, as I like to call him. I don't know if I call him P Diddy. I don't know if I do. Anyway, Trista and Damon and Mark and Kevin and Matthew and Ethan and Chris and Mitch and Brian and Angela and Sean, thank you guys very much. Patreon.com/Faceoff Hockey Show. That's it. That's all. Bye, everybody. Until next week. Peace.
What the heck?
Oh, music. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Oh, the beat dropped.
Oh, shit, son.
This is like a it's like a Harlem Shake video.
Is this a strong bad thing?
I think it's a video.
Grassroots shows and it goes as you all know, supposed and unloaded in time, so we be fractions of a millisecond away from making pay and making waves, sun shining around. These are the days